All right, here we go. Let's get this session of Arcadia underway. Oh man, and you guys are already posting shenanigans? All right.
Oh.
I was just showing the ultimate Oreo.
Oh man, super long-haired Tyler again.
Yeah, senior year.
Oof. It's good stuff. Casey does not age at all. She's a vampire.
He clearly did not hear anything about the conversation we had.
He was talking about his mom about like several times at the circuit, so he had a lot on his mind.
All right. So with this, let's get things underway. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Arcadian Campaign, episode 24. Yeah, we're going on a nice little streak here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. We're back with another episode. We're back in the new year. So first episode of the new year, officially, first official episode. Last time we had a Christmas shenanigans, and already with the hydrate, you people.
Oh fuck!
What do you mean, you people?
It was me.
You cacophony of characters.
I like that.
Okay.
I really like that. Actually,
Big words.
Oh man.
But can you spell it?
Cacophony? No. Well, probably not right now. So thank you guys for tuning in to the Arcadian Campaign. We are a campaign playing in the world of Skies of Arcadia, where we have our wonderful crew here, going off on their own adventure, not only alongside some of the timeline events, but stories of their own, and figuring out what other mysteries lay within that world. Our crew, the crew of the Pow Long, last time we left them, finally made their venture from the capital of Nasrad all the way to one of our players' homeland of Lahana, to where a family reunion was slowly approaching. They were able to make their way there after doing a quick little escort mission for one of the... read the description for channel points for that one, Union. So, after doing an escort mission for one of the trading ships, we're able to make some nice little coin on the way. And that's where we left off. We left off literally Mordecai reuniting not only with his sister, his other sister of this big old family, Carta, correct? Sister Carta?
Yes.
Aha! With Sister Carta.
Oh.
But also seeing Mordecai's mother and father, and Mordecai's father actually talking with a member of the Bane clan. And yeah, with that summary out of the way, let's introduce our crew. Let's kick off these introductions. Mordecai, how about you start?
Hello. I just opened up a Mordecai voice. Hi, I'm Tillin. I play Mordecai Talark, the sundered spear from the seer, as it were. And I am very nervous about this episode. There's been a bunch of in-character stress leading up to it. I haven't seen my family for 6 years. They've assumed I've been dead, or some of them have, I guess. I don't know. Can't blame them either way. I've been off on my own accord. I have since lost an eye and both legs and have had them replaced with prosthetics, and I probably look like a different person to them, so this will be fun. Moving on.
Next one up, Lisha.
Hi, I'm young Lionheart. I will be playing Lisha, a spy for Bane, the fiery, hot-spirited, hard-headed, bubbly blonde, stuck with this guy. I don't know which way I'm pointing. It's flipped. But yeah, it'll be fun. We get to torture a DM for another day.
Next up, Delashi.
I'm Casey, and I play Delashi. Delashi is just trying to find his way and his father. He uses really cool ice magic and whip that was passed down to him. And I am excited for this episode. I've been waiting.
And
that is so cool.
last but not least, our Rootin' Tootin'.
Through here, I play Vrost. I'm legally not allowed within 500 feet of snowmen anymore.
You gunned down so many gingerbread, small little snowman children.
What? They were threatening. They were coming right at us.
Oh, they weren't.
So threatening. Oh, so very threatening. The chillins.
Oh, listen. You can make a case with the one I double tapped out front of Evil Incorporated, but yeah, that's a different story.
All right. So with that out of the way, we have 2 scenarios going on, and I will let my crew choose which one goes first. First, we have the scenario with Vrost. Vrost, kind of just staying at the ship, mining it, and just getting a little bit of a look-about-sees. Messaged you something last time in regards to what you saw with your last notice roll. And then we also have the scenario with Lisha Delashi, Mordecai, and the parents.
The parent.
Which one would you guys like to do first? Which one are we focusing?
I vote for
Well,
us.
see, I vote parents.
Seems we're at a split tie here.
Oh, somebody flip a coin.
D100. If it's higher than 50, we go with Ross. If it's lower than 50, we go with Mordecai.
All right,
I'm
roll.
rolling it.
Curses.
Damn it. Lower.
So looks like we're going with the Ross side. So yeah, Ross, you do see similar to what I said before, a familiar ship, a Bane clan membership. It's a traditional ship, nothing unique or overly definitive about it. There are certain members of the Bane clan who do like to fly their own personal vessels. Others, again, with how the clan operates, likes to have a unified form. This seems to be one such vessel. And then you noticed, as the various ships and everything that are going on about, you do notice a young boy and a parrot off to the side that are just helping out on the dock side.
Does the boy look familiar?
Doesn't really look familiar to you, but he definitely seems a bit out of place. Most of the people who are working the docks here, or are just here in general, seem to be like heavy of an Assyrian, like dark, sun-kissed, colored skin, either a form of fiery red hair or of the like. The only thing that he's got is the red hair. But he seems to be a sailor of sorts, just helping out by himself.
So Ross is there when he gets the ship all situated and scans about and sees this other Bane clan ship. He's actually gonna step onto the dock and work his way towards there. When he gets close enough to Red, it seems like he's like lifting a heavy box. Ross is gonna step in and be like, whoa, easy there, Red. Don't want to sit and throw your back out now. And like just kind of help him with whatever heavy lifting he may have at the moment when Ross approaches.
Roll me empathy.
This is something I can use attention to detail, is it?
I will let you use attention to detail on this one.
Awesome. Still did bad.
Still did bad. He's you notice that he gets it pretty evenly. He's like, oh, well, hey, I have to earn my keep, you know. These people kind of took me in, and now I'm just kind of making my ends until I get another ship of my own.
Really? Saying that one over there is yours? And he motions to like the other Bane clan ship that's in port.
No. He kind of eyes it a bit, and then he shakes his head. No, I'm not part of that crew. I used to have a small little ship myself, but I ran into a bit of trouble down south, and luckily enough found my way to some shores and found my means to survive.
Just I said like, now I can understand that. I mean, it can be tough out there. What did you used to run, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, just a plain little, oh, not so much a dinghy, but like, it's a small 5-person
Like a
craft.
skipper.
Yeah, like a skipper.
Right.
I had it, from the Isles of Sol. Used it to travel a bit. Made a few friends along the way. Give me 1 second, making sure I get this name right. There it is. Me and Twill have been, well, we kind of fancy ourselves a bit of piracy, but no, along the Blue Road kind. And, we just get in a few scraps here and there, and we just honestly like sailing to different locations.
Used to be quite a sailor, it seems. Navigate your own craft and everything, or were you designating other jobs on your vessel?
I'm a good navigator. Not so much not so good with the overall combat of things, unless I got a pistol in hand, but I keep well on my own. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't really introduce myself. I introduced Twill to the air. Hello. My name's Oliver.
Oliver, nice to meet you. I'm Rost. Farron Rost. And he extends his hand for a handshake.
He extends and shakes your hand.
Oliver, tell me, are you staying around in this area?
For the most part. Some of the dock keeps have, offered me some room at board. Just gotta work, pay my dues, and they let me keep a little extra cash on the side.
Speaking of extra cash, would you like to make a little extra?
Oh? What do you have in mind?
Well, see, my ship over there, and he points to the Pow Long. You know, it's a very precious vessel to me, considering that the original captain is just loaning it out to me as we handle some things for Bane Isle. I just need someone with some good eyes to watch it. You seem like a good guy. I'm willing to toss you some money on the side to keep extra watch on the ship.
Yafutoman ship. Huh. Well, I don't get too many around those around this part. What do you need done?
Ideally, just someone to keep their eye on it and just make sure that no one tries to sneak on and take anything from it. I mean, it being more of a rare kind of vessel around here, I don't want the person we loaned it from to have anything missing.
Well, let me think about it. I'll think about it. I just met you and all, but I'll keep you guys in mind if you're around for a little bit. Let me finish my work today, and I'll see what life has in store for me.
Yeah, I'll be back around here later on today. I gotta grab some things. I know the rest of the crew have gone in to handle some things, but I'll definitely see you around here.
Real quick, roll me a rapport roll. That's what I thought too, Tillin, but it's very similar. It's very similar.
It's fucking Roy.
It looks like him, and that's why I love the token. All right, he takes notice of you, and he gives it some honest consideration. And you see him go about his duties, tying up other ships, unloading and offloading. He does tend to stay, like, if you keep your eye on him a bit, you do notice that he does tend to keep a wide berth around the Bane ship.
All right. Before Ross leaves the dock, he's gonna. So, who runs that one? If you don't mind me asking, he points to the other Bane ship that's docked there.
Roll me a notice check.
Fate point Daredevil +2 on that.
All right. I honestly don't know. And you're getting a good judge of him. He doesn't truly know. He just knows that some of the and he mentions that some of the people from the ship itself have docked here once or twice, and have talked with some of the neighboring people in the town. And one such member, he thinks maybe is the leader, or at least someone important, is in one of the main tents talking with someone, and gestures kind of towards the center of town.
I gotcha. Looking up at its deck, are there any movement up there, or is it just kind of like still, like no one's on the boat?
It's pretty still.
Alright. Well, Ross is going to stroll into town and is going to try to keep his eye peeled for any sort of familiar faces.
All right, we'll have you strolling in town as we now swap over. So, Mordecai,
Mm-hmm.
you see your father. At the very last scene that we left off, he's speaking with another gentleman, a gentleman wearing a mask, as well as a hood over his top, brandishing an axe at his back as his weapon, and just looking over and kind of discussing things with your father. Your mother and father both have not noticed you, and your sisters, while very accepting and open of your arrival here, are cautious and slow to approach your mom and dad. With
I'm
the
not gonna-
news.
I'm not gonna run in there and like potentially disrupt some kind of meeting. Be like, I'm back from the dead. Wee! I'm not gonna do that shit. I guess I'll lean in toward Karta. Because I don't recognize him as Bane. Yeah, I believe Lisha did.
Yes, Lisha is the only one who recognized the gentleman as a member of the Bane clan.
Alright, it's been a couple weeks. I'm just making sure we remember who knows what.
Correct.
I'll just lean into Karta and say, who's the mystery over there? This looks important.
He's asking you, Lisha.
No, I'm asking Karta.
Oh, you're asking Karta. Oh, never mind.
Because I don't know that question.
Karta's saying, it is a gentleman who's done some business here. He's been third time, I believe, asking other people for information, and finally has offered up enough coin for father's information.
Kind of information.
Just passages into the desert. They seems to be looking into ruins and just two things: ruins and what we know of the storms, the meteor storms that blanket the desert.
Can I roll a, I forget what the fate equivalent of insight is. Empathy?
Insight for empathy.
Okay. I just suck at empathy. I'm gonna roll empathy. I'm just gonna attempt to get a vibe of like what she thinks of the guy.
Not a problem. You also have a heroic high 5 from Union.
Hey. Standard roll. Dink.
I believe the heroic high 5 gives a plus 1. Yep. So whatever you rolled, +1.
Sure. Just vibe checking. I'm trying to see like if she's nervous around him, if she doesn't like him.
She's not too nervous. She's just very also quizzical. Like, she's curious. She doesn't really know, and she doesn't necessarily trust him. Is the kind of vibe that you're getting. Because you feel like she's, and this is Karta that you're at, Karta.
Yeah.
She's kind of like trying to be that observer and try to like, she's the one who stayed mostly with the family, so she's.
That's why I asked her.
Yeah, so she's very, like, all right, I need to protect the family. I need to look for any threats. I need to look for any situations beyond what my mom and dad can do.
Mm-hmm.
So you feel that very much vibe from her, is that
Okay.
she doesn't feel an immediate threat, but is very cautious.
Okay. I guess I follow Carda's lead on what she wants to do then?
Carda is waiting for them to finish talking.
Okay.
Is what she'll tell you as like you kind of gesture and stand there. Lisha, Delashi, are either of you doing anything? All right, I'll hydrate.
Yeah, boy. The big scary looking one is my dad, by the way.
Oh, that's your dad?
The one without the mask, yes.
Are you nervous?
Yes.
He must be good if he's talking with Bane members.
What? It's a Bane member.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea who he is?
Yeah.
And?
Would you care to enlighten me, please? I'm just curious. I did not know the Bane had stretched his influence out this far.
Any information that I gave you about him would be in your notes, and any extra information you would like to know, feel free to message me.
Wants people to know.
Say it one more time, you kind of faded out.
I don't know if he's the type of guy who wants people to know.
That does not make me feel better about the current situation.
Yeah. I was about to say.
He's cool. He's cool. I call him Apple.
I'm so confused.
Would he be offended if I opened with Apple?
I
Wow.
call him Apple.
What should I call it? This matters. Talking
Not
to
Apple. Just call him Sir.
So it's either Apple or Sir.
I would call him Apple. Call him Sir.
Sir Apple.
Wow, I would love for you to open up with that.
I'm not doing it.
Why don't you tell us more so we know?
So we're not just standing here in awkward silence while they finish up their conversation.
I don't really know too much about him. I've seen him. Like,
Do you know his name other than Apple?
While you guys are
Yeah.
talking, everyone roll me notice.
Even me?
Yeah, even you.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know, we're using a fate point to add +2 to my roll, because, you know, Deadeye.
I'm very distracted about this whole Apple situation.
So only Lisha and Delashi are the ones who hear any bits of the conversation.
Aw, man.
Ooh, okay.
Basically, the gentleman in question, for the Bane clan member, is asking Narketh pretty much what I did say earlier, asking for other routes. He has already tried 5 adventures into the desert. Would like any extra provisions, he'd be willing to pay for them. He's going to buy them off of Narketh's clan for this go around. And there you go. He's already tried 5 trips into the desert. They have found a few things, but not what they are ultimately looking for. And even though Narketh asks him, "What are you looking for?" he's like, "Something strange and unusual. Something new," is what he's hoping for. Something old yet new.
You look up shady in the dictionary and encyclopedia. This guy's mask comes up next to it so far, as far as I'm concerned.
Shady as fuck.
As for you, Vrost, you notice actually a few other Bane members. I would say 2 Bane members for the traditional garb. Kind of like foot soldiers for the Bane members. I can actually send you a link to what they look like. That they're going back and forth through the west and south side of town. Over here, they are going. Let's say you're about. Let's move your character token over to right here. You notice them in these areas over here to the west, and this area over here to the south. And they just seem to be selling various moonstone crystals.
Well, as they're doing business, Ross is considered wonder bar, and just kind of like peek at the quality crystal that they're selling.
It seems to be fist-size moonstones. Sorry, I said crystal in a generalized terms. It just seems to be various forms of red moonstone crystals. Anywhere from like small materia size to larger fist or larger shape size.
Ross is considered kind of poking it like, "Excuse me, gentlemen, you two wouldn't happen to have any blue moonstone for sale?"
Hey, I didn't know you were working these parts. You get assigned this duty too.
This is a little more of a personal trip.
One of the members from the south addresses you. Nah, none of the blue variety on this one. We're not close enough to Yafutoman territory.
Nods. Yeah, speaking of which, so I saw y'all were docked out there. Where's your captain at?
Captain's on ship.
He's on the ship?
Yep.
Which one are you guys riding with this time?
Don't worry about it for right now.
I mean, so if I'm here, I want to at least introduce, make sure if there's anything y'all can help with. I mean, I can try to give supplies or even a helping hand. We've been out in this area for a few weeks now, just trying to handle some business.
We just got our assignment. Don't worry about it. Like, if you need help, we'll definitely call upon you, but we're just doing some few missions. If you'd like to persuade them, roll empathy. No attention to detail on this one.
So there, just kind of puts his hand like, all right. I mean, there is a little information I need to relay to y'all and the captain of your vessel, considering that there's been some sightings of a new weapon.
What sort of weapon? We can get the message across.
Well, so that down south, some Valuan scientists were experimenting with shades. This one's a little more persistent. Kind of pops out the shadow no matter where you're at.
Sounds like some nasty stuff. Any other information?
If you're struck by it, leaves a mark. Really can't be seen, but you feel it. Mark starts to really burn when it's close by.
You actually see, like, hey, you're better with notes than I am. Jot this down, man. And you see him kind of gesture and yell over at the other Bane member to come over. Takes out Quill stuff and be like, all right. Little kind of notepad. All right. Anything else?
Just let your captain know that Ross is in the area and likely to catch up and get a drink with him before he takes off.
You'll catch a drink on the island. I can promise that.
Well, how am I supposed to drink with? I don't know who the captain is, but I mean, I guess he'll come find me at this point. You know, Ross just kind of lets out a nice hearty laugh.
Don't they always?
Yeah, one way or another. But either way, you two lads keep up at it, get the information to your captain. Also, if you find any blue moonstone, let me know. I'm in the market for it. I need to find some for a personal project aboard the ship.
Alright, we'll keep an ear to the ground. I don't think, hey, we running any Yafutoman district areas? Nah, not that I know of. Stuck in, this damn heat for like, God knows how long.
That's understandable. It is pretty hot over here. Thankfully, this hat and jacket here are able to make things a little more cool, and he takes his hat off and sits on the other guy so he feels the effects.
The jacket that you have?
Yeah, he takes his hat off, puts it on the other guy,
Hat.
so the guy can feel the effects of the hat before taking the hat back.
You place a hat on top of his like kind of, because it's very like the wrapped clothing around him.
All sweaty and
Like, that feels a single degree hotter. But you know what? That feels nice.
Mm-hmm. Just tips at him. All right, boys. Stay safe. See y'all back on the island.
Wish you luck in finding some treasure.
Kinda gives him a smile and walks off.
They walk off as well back towards their ship. Back over to you guys.
quick question: do we still have those marks?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
So far, the marks still appear a bit dormant. Not really flaring up at the moment. Unless someone unluckily has me roll a test of fate.
Oh my fucking god. Trying to beat the chat.
I'll bait the chat. I'll bait the chat to rolling for chaos.
You say he's a master at it.
Yes,
Yeah, but he can't control it.
a masturbator.
He said it.
Yes.
Magic bird dropped the slime.
Jesus.
Well, I already fucked up my empathy on Carta. If they're still talking, I kind of want to see. Yeah, I want to vibe check dear old dad, Narquette.
All right, roll me an empathy. Roll me that vibe check.
Vibe check. Okay. Okay.
Oh, all right.
For a standard roll, I'll take it.
You get a very exhausted feeling from him. You feel that while you feel he's kind of going through the motions talking with this member.
Mm.
And that is the overall vibe that you check.
Let's see. Back to Elisha. So you don't know his name, or are you just not telling me?
I do. I just don't know if he wants his name publicized.
Fair enough, I suppose.
Can you not get the whole mysterious vibe from him? Okay. Okay.
You told my father he looks exhausted. I just wanted to know a little bit more about the situation.
The men have it's a very brief conversation for the
Okay, because it feels like it's been going on forever.
yeah. The men have finished their brief conversation, and the person that Lisha nicknames Apple eventually gestures and walks off out towards the outside.
Does he have to walk past us?
How did I built this one again? You know what? Yeah, you're right. You might have to walk past you guys. All right.
Well, the tent we're playing. Oh fuck.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, the 10th floor plan technically can go in different directions, but I'll give it to you, Elisha. The gentleman walks towards you all as you're standing right in the entranceway, and kind of looks at you all. There is a brief pause when he sees Elisha, and gestures. Doesn't say anything, but gestures as if you'd like passage through. If Mordecai and Delashi would be so kind as to step aside.
Oh, as he's coming up, I step out of his way. Yeah.
He moves on past.
It's just like,
Smells like apples. You're right.
Wow.
she's just like, you're not even gonna say hello. He turns to Apple.
Damn.
Takes a little offended stance, like,
So she takes an offended stance. As he's just past Mordecai, he looks back, shakes his head, and gives a slight shrug.
What is with you and these kind of characters, man?
What's the matter? You can't say hi to my girl now? As Ross appears on the scene?
Yep, as Ross comes in, and he looks at Ross and kind of holds his head, and he's like, "What'd you like me to say?"
Hello, maybe?
Like-
I mean,
Like he's literally talking through a mask.
a wave? I mean, something to acknowledge her response. I mean, come on now, we're clanmates. Like, why you gotta do this?
for real,
Is Ross just-
Apple. My God.
Ross just laughs and gives him like a playful tap on the shoulder, just like, you'll be alright, bud.
He looks at Lisha.
You completely
that's not
undermined
my
any
name.
fucking like stancing he was trying to do.
Looks at Ross, and he's like, "I'm not your buddy, pal.
Why
How?
not, friend?
I'm not your friend, guy."
I love this so
He just
much.
kind of just shakes his head, saying, always a stoic one. Never wants to
No.
hang out, never wants to go drinking with everybody.
No.
You're always off just kind of up in your own little corner on the aisle. I mean, it's cool. It's
I'm gonna step
understandable.
away from this spat in the
So you
making.
know what he is? He's a freaking crab apple.
He shrugs at Lisha's comment and is like, "I've got my job. Whatever you're here to do whatever it is you do."
It's
Yeah.
chaos, as usual.
I mean,
Of course.
we've got some things going on. There is information I just told some of your crewmates that should be relating back to the ship you got parked out in the dock. So, I mean, they can give you a little heads up what's been going on in the area, because I just told them what we've seen so far.
Wonderful, more work. Do I really need to be bothered with it right now?
They just gotta be aware about it. Valuan's been messing with them shades again, and this one's a tough son bitch that does not want to go down every time we put it down.
Yeah.
I can't kill it, I'll just simply walk away.
It'll find you. It'll
Yeah.
find you. If it touches you, it marks you, and it will find you. It's happened to us 3 times now.
I'll take my chances.
Be safe.
Keep on living.
Bye,
So
Apple.
be it.
As now Ross is apparently named.
He's like, his real name is Ross.
Oh, so you just name drop his real name?
Earshot.
Ross.
Wait, do you say that with an
No.
earshot?
No, what's his
Okay.
She's like, his real name's Ross.
Mordecai has been like slowly edging away from that spat in the making, by the way.
I had a feeling y'all would be here in this big tent. After seeing the Bane Isle ship out there, run to the crewmates here, talk about, the biggest tent here in this whole fucking place, and of course, y'all happen to be here.
I just followed.
This is
It's
very
like
true. I should just follow.
Direct my attention to Sayla, Karta, and then back to the parents in turn to see what the hell the reaction is for it.
Ross looks at Mordecai, looks at the Fed, looks back at Mordecai, and is like,
Bro.
Are
As
you part with them?
as that whole exchange happened, the father and so Carta and Phila? No.
I'm so sorry.
You're absolutely fine. I will get used to these names. Yeah, I said it right. Phila.
It was the bomb, yeah.
So as Carta and Phila, they just go back to each other. They actually don't even acknowledge the people who really stepped in. You see Carta just kind of sit with his back kind of at the side of Phila, as Phila's just working on various silks and embedding them with different, I would say, dust of moonstones for enchantments.
You've been saying Carta. Did you mean Narquette?
Narquette.
Dad?
That's what I meant.
I'm sorry.
Narquette
Iconic.
and Phila.
Yes.
Those two.
Parents.
As Carta goes up and addresses finally the mother and father. They give the daughter a nice smile and also like, please, no more news today. I'm tired.
Whoops.
Father, you always say you're tired. You've been tired for many years now. So, maybe you will be less tired with some good information. Eh? What is good information?
I'll
Well,
slowly step forward to them.
Mordecai, you slowly step on forward. Shit, I need to change the music. 1 second. Hold for show. As you step on forward,
Fuck.
The music.
No.
as you step on forward,
Yeah.
you see your father for the first time in a long time. There's a very... Actually, I'm gonna pause it real quick. Make that even worse. You see, for the first time in 6 years, he's tired. There are more scars on his face than you've seen before. His hands are more worn, with bandages usually replaced within days, now a bit more soaked, with either sweat or whatever form of dust and dirt. Your mother turns around slowly, trying to see what Carta is going on about. And as they both are sitting, they look up at you. And at first, it is just a pause. It is a pause in the world. Your father, your mother, you actually see a very quick glint of a smirk, but then it goes very mute. You just see a straight face from her. Your father looks at you with tired eyes. What is this? Hello?
I'm home.
He looks at you, up and down. Carta. What is this? Carta tries to address him and be like, Do you not recognize your own son? And with very glossed over, very, I wouldn't say glossed over, but very, mute eyes. Narket looks at you, Mordecai. And he says this. I do not know of this ghost that you've brought before me. He closes his eyes, trying not to look at you. And he stands up. And he takes a big breath. I have buried my son. I am sorry, traveler. I don't know who you are. You've come for... If you have come for food, if you have come for travel and trade. I am... Narketh. Alark. It's... And you even know he would normally be ready to gesture a handshake firm. He actually goes to give you a handshake, or at least it looks like it, and reaches past you and grabs a shovel. I am Talark. I am tired. And he walks a little bit towards the other side of the tent that you're at.
If he reaches past me and tries to walk past me I'm just gonna, like, I'll use my mic as an example. I'll just like put my hand on his shoulder, and just kind of squeeze a little bit, and try to get him to look me like directly in the eye. Listen, I know it's been 6 years, 8 months, 3 weeks, and a day. Not that anyone's counting or anything. And I don't know how literal or figurative you were being, and you may have buried parts of me. But the rest of me is here. And I'm only sorry it took so long.
You see him stifle a breath. He's like... Continues... Roll me an insight. Roll me empathy.
Son of a Sands, we're gonna +2 that.
You also got a heroic hand, so actually re-roll that.
Cool.
So Union with the heroic hand.
Oh, that's worse.
It's okay. You take whichever's higher with heroic hand. Thankfully enough.
I burned Son of a Sands on that for +2.
Yeah, roll twice, take the higher number. Yep. So you
Sure.
take the +2.
Mm-hmm.
You look and you see he is forcing himself to not believe it's you.
I'm gonna...
And he says this before you do anything further. We have... No. We, the Talarks, have a ritual. You cannot be my son. I have buried my son.
I'm gonna do 2 things.
Wait, let me finish this.
Oh, sorry,
let me finish
sorry,
saying
sorry.
this.
I heard a pause.
If I hold hope that you are him, if I believe, if I bring back that his soul, wherever it could be, possibly be, if you are not him, it will cease to rest. So, I am sorry. With all that I believe within the Red Moon, believe that my son has passed, and has passed on so with the rest of our clan. inside his tomb. You see him kind of just breathe. And even your mother, too, is just looking. If you look back, you just see her look at the side. And you only very briefly see a side glance towards you.
What is this ritual that they mentioned?
It is a ritual of passing for those who are lost, and especially if those have no body. You bury the things that you believe carry their essence, be it a weapon, be it things that you make for them. In tribalistic fashion, you seal it within a tomb so that this way it awaits for them in the next life. So, mix of Egyptian, mix of some other beliefs.
Do I have a moment to react now?
You do.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you again.
No, you're fine.
I'm going to do 3 things. I'm going to turn my cheek and pull my hair back so he sees like the stripe tattoo. I'm going to pull my what's now the green moonstone knife that used to be my spearhead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pull that out, and with it, I'm going to peel back my sleeve, or on my bicep, where the whole family tattoo is.
He looks at it,
I'm just not even going to say a word.
and you see him fiercely grip the shovel that he has. And he doesn't say a word. He looks at you, and then slowly walks towards the back, and you see there's a stairwell going down. He was about to leave, but then he instead walks back. And your sister is like, is being too stubborn.
You didn't tell me my ritual of passing had already passed.
It is stupid. Look. Sayla, the boys, we didn't believe that you were dead. None of us wanted to believe you were dead. They are out there still searching for you. Sayla, and she glares at Sayla. Carta glares at her. Some of us taking more extreme measures, others waiting for your return. However, it seems, and she kind of keeps a hush whisper coming over to you and talking to you. Mother and father would not bear it any longer. They felt that the time that you had passed was long served enough, and they feel the traditions would have barred you from passing on. They felt that us just holding on to this hope was somehow torturing you, and she lowers her voice a bit.
Is mom right there, or did she go with
She is there, and she is sitting.
Well, appears I'm late for little more than dinner.
She doesn't respond to you. Carta actually goes over to you and says, maybe you should follow father. Keep trying. I'll talk to mother. And she also looks at, Sayla actually looks at Dalashi and Vrost and Lisha, is like, could you give us a moment?
Ross just nods.
And Sayla is like, just pushes you. Just Beat some sense into that fool. Let him know who you are.
The staircase, is that like the family crypt or tomb or whatever?
There is one that you know of, and you know
Okay.
that the staircase would lead to it after
Okay,
a bit
just-
of a passage.
we're venturing into territory of shit. Mordecai definitely knows. Tillin has no clue. So
So the passageway that he went to
Yeah.
is like, at first there's like some living quarters. Past that is a series of chambers, and one of them leads to your family crypt.
I guess before I turn away, I'll say to Carta and then to Fela, if she's listening. Just know, these three and one other who cannot be here are the reason I am here, that I am able to be here.
Your mother, if you look at her, she continues like almost 1,000 yards there. There's a faint, very faint ebb of acknowledgement.
Shit's rough, dude. I wasn't prepared for this. Yikes! Oh,
We'll make sure
I'll put her on
Sayla
the-
is like, no. I'm sure my mom has put on some food. We'll make sure you guys have some real delicacy cuisine. Do you like some braised meat?
It's good to me.
Make sure you have the finest. Come. Let's for my brother.
Good luck, Mordecai.
Thank you. Wow.
All right.
I'll go down the stairwell.
You go down the stairwell, down, past and over towards a crypt chamber, past. Funny enough, what would be your family's rooms, Sayla, Carta, your brothers. There's even a little side section for you. If you peer in for a quick moment too, and you see it's just a fine layer of dust there, especially near the wall. So you keep going further back and still. I'm going to show you the map that I have for this. Ignore some of the other effects that are there. Your primary focus is the back left.
I see.
So
It's like some dwarven punishment I read in a fantasy novel once. Jesus. Back left.
yep,
Okay.
back left. As you're over here, your father. Talk.
Arquette.
Narquette. Your father, Narquette. Walks
I
back.
made up words. I typed them on the paper, and I'm like, this will be fine.
Still the shovel in hand. Goes all the way back. And eventually you see him plant the shovel down just right over here. As he now takes a seat right here. Sulks a bit down. And looks over, presumably, to be a series of family graves.
Shit.
You see some that have various other family members. One that looks a little new. And you see him, like, you kind of get a dredge and dreary feeling. It's like, kind of, you know how your mind overthinks and overworks and overclocks itself?
Mm-hmm.
One such little morbid thought that you get is like, I hope he hasn't already started one for your brother who is also missing. Or it's Sayla's brother, Sayla's twin.
Yeah. Nitok.
Nitok. That was it. As that thought crosses your mind, you actually see next to the empty space, there is a kind of like a morgue-esque like tomb for it. There's a section that says, "Here lies Mordecai Talark," and it says, "Your birth, the son of the sands." Your father is just sitting there.
I'm having trouble finding words to describe how much it pains me to see what my absence has put this family through. Seda filled me in on some of the details. Told him went to join the Nasibian military and with hopes of finding some trace of me there, and Nitok does what Nitok does and disappeared, and Seda went chasing after him as she does. So I'm only happy to know that, to my knowledge, nothing else so tragic has happened, that more of these spots are definitely filled, but...
He takes one quick, heavy sigh and says these words. "Stranger, I have many a beautiful but very, very foolish children.
Slight nod.
I am happy to see those that I still have growing in their own. To see them amongst the sun, the stars, and the moons, making their own claims. To etch whatever history." And he starts to well up, that they should leave in the sands. Do not wish for their tales to be eroded away. But if they should so keep being foolish, then I will be here to make sure someone is able to tell others their tales. My son was a brave boy. Bright-eyed, looking at every little problem. Not in as much of a straightforward manner as I would like him to know. You see treasure, you open it. It should be sometimes as simple as that. You see a problem in your life, you rise to its occasion. No, he would see that there were other ways, other solutions, other ways around his troubles. Unfortunately, my fool of a son could not see the one trouble in front of him that I wish he could get past. And
What was that?
he doesn't say anything. He slaps. You see him. Roll me a notice check. Oh,
5.
fuck. You see him slap the hilt of the shovel that he placed to the side. He gets up, slaps the hilt of the shovel in, and then slowly kind of walks past you as he kind of dents it into the ground, almost upset. I have my beliefs. If you are my son, then you should have known these beliefs. If you are of the Talarks, as you so, and you hear the frustration and the ebb and flow of him, like fighting both sadness and rage, a mixture of it all. Of like, if you have those tattoos, those drawings, you are not my son. I can't believe that you are my son. My son lies in that tomb. My son's dagger in that tomb. My son's face in that tomb. Go on. What were you about to say?
Father, I love you, but it's good to see how much you've held on to your stubborn habit of always wanting to be right once you set your mind to something. I have been gone, and I would be more than happy to tell you the tale of how I came to be and how I came to stand it before you now, but you keep on talking about your dead son as if he is not standing here before you, trying to put your mind at ease.
Roll me empathy.
That's not good.
All right. So, I'm going to give you two things.
Sure.
You did notice, and I'm highlighting the shovel.
I know. Shovel was next up.
He is not swayed by your words.
Clearly.
He is holding steadfast to his belief. And the things that he just said, how he has always believed himself to be a very straightforward man, has his rituals, has his legacies. He knows that his son was always an unorthodox thinker that would use some other means of solving a problem. What were you doing?
I'm gonna grab that shovel.
All right, you grab the shovel.
I'm gonna walk over to where my little cairn is. It says my
Here lies Mordecai Talark.
From here to here.
Yep.
I'm gonna look him in the eye, and with the shovel, I'm gonna scratch out that last date, and then attempt to unearth whatever he buried in my place.
As you begin to unbury it, he doesn't even stop you. You unbury it, you scratch out the date that you had died. You literally grave rob your own tomb.
That's right.
You pull the things that they had buried. The things for you. There's a moonstone. There's a red moonstone there. There's a dagger from when you were a child. It's a pocket knife used for fishing. There's some coins that you and your brother had used to trick others out of some coin.
Oh, fake coins.
Fake coins. There is, funny enough, a recipe from your mother that she was willing to take to her grave and wanted to make sure it was passed on to you. There is... Hold on one second.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Sorry to the rest of the crew that this is taking so long, by the way.
1 second, for some reason, my stream.
It's fine.
There we go.
Don't apologize.
What you did today, Mordecai? I grave out my own grave.
Yep. And you dig up your own grave, and you pick up old wrappings, and you see you recognize your father's handiwork. He has literally carved out a wooden doll of you and set it aside with not only a tuft of his hair, but a tuft of yours. You take out all the items, and the moment you do, like, you turn to look back at him, and you're immediately met with, like, a hug, and your face is just shoved right into his chest. And, like, you don't even have a chance to look at him. I
feel like I don't have a chance to breathe. This guy's a big dude.
You really don't even have a chance to breathe. You only feel teardrops coming from his face, hitting the top of your head, as he refuses to even let you look up at him. My son.
I missed you, Papa, but if you squeeze much harder, you're going to have to put me right back in there.
I want to hit you for every one of your jokes.
I deserve it.
My
Just
son.
something else you taught me to take it on the chin when I need it.
Please. My son. And he finally takes, like, both hands of his and sets them at your face, just so this way he can put his forehead against yours.
Aw.
Please. No father should have to bury their child. The next person who should be buried is me. And please, don't make me go through that again.
I have no intention. Mordecai's like tearing up, by the way. Trying to catch his breath at the same time and like trying to like choke through sobs and shit. That's a rough ride you just put him through. Yikes. Who died? Oh, Hydra. Okay. I have no intention of dying for quite a while.
I'm sorry for putting you through that.
Not going to lie, it really sucked. But I'm likewise sorry for getting you and Mother to that point.
We have our beliefs. What would be worse than having you come back to us would be for it to be a lie.
Do you require further proof? Because I can tell stories about each and every one of these little trinkets.
No, I swear to God, if you tell me any more jokes, I will literally put you in there.
Not jokes, stories.
Ah. Yes.
I see you get the point.
And he kind of is like, and kind of brushes aside and waves. He kind of puts a thumb over your forehead, like just kind of rubbing it a bit so, and then like just kind of tracing edges of your face. The scars.
Well, it was one of the things I said upstairs wasn't necessarily a joke, but when you said you had buried your son, I didn't know if you were being figurative or literal.
Well,
not all of me made a doubt of Nasir when I left.
we will catch up the story over dinner, please. Welcome home.
Thank you. Let me clean this up, but before I do, I'm gonna go ahead. Let me pull up my character sheet. There is a little jewel bracelet I've had in my inventory. We got that on our first outing with Delashi and Gareth. It was one of my treasures. I was like, oh, I'll take this as a thing. I'm gonna slip that off and put it in there.
He takes it. Oh wait, no, you put it in the tomb.
Yeah,
or he takes it?
Yeah. I put it in a spot where all that stuff was.
Okay. Oh no. We're putting that in your room. We're putting all that stuff in your room. Saving that tomb.
I was going to say it's a down payment for next time someone has to put me in there, but that won't be for a while yet.
I should hope not.
Well, if you don't want it to stay in there, it is yours.
We'll see. Thank you. It is not often a pleasure. Someone has to receive. No.
A gift from a ghost.
Received a gift from a ghost. But even more so, to return to us is not one many get the pleasure of. But it is one. I am grateful to the moons, to whatever powers it be brought you back.
We bumped into a sailor at the docks, and he was very determined once he recognized me to spread the word as wide and fast as he could, but I told him no, I wanted to be the one to say it myself, I suppose.
Maybe that would get your brothers to come home.
We'll talk about that at dinner as well.
Indeed. If I had any inkling to not be this sappy, and I will throw you if you tell anyone I cried. But if I had any inkling, I would have already thrown a spear at you and told you let's go hunting. And make you catch everything for dinner tonight. But you were lucky. We have
Recent
food
thing,
prepared.
yes. Wait, what?
We have food prepared, so you're lucky.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Let's go and rejoin your friends, acquaintances. Well, if they brought you back to us, then they're family.
I agree.
Let's go.
We want to take a couple steps up first. Take another look at the little burial site. And as soon as I think he's at earshot, I'm gonna go, oh, fuck! Oh, shit.
It was a good mixture. It was a mixture of your stubbornness and looking around at other means.
I knew the shovel was gonna be a thing, but I'm just sitting there like... It's like, really, dude?
Yeah. Dig up your own grave.
I'm gonna let everyone else talk for a second. I'm listening, but I gotta go to the bathroom.
Instead of burying yourself in trouble, why don't you dig yourself out of it?
Yeah.
We're back at Vros, Delashi, and Lisha. You're there with Sayla and Carta, who are all setting up a nice dinner tray for you all. The mother is also kind of being stoically quiet. I didn't want battle music. You didn't have the thing.
We're just secretly fighting the dishes because they're just mimics.
You're fighting the dishes. They're mimics. They're just like ah. Here we go. This is what I wanted. This is what I set up. Let's get in there. Yes. She's setting up the dishes, setting up trays, and be like, so, how long are you all in town? This is Carta, the sister that you had just met. No?
Up to say, I mean, Mordecai's the one who wanted to make a stop here, I assume. At least a few days, maybe a week at most.
Well, I'm glad your trips and travels have taken you thus far. Well, we'll have food ready, everything prepared. Also you, I fancy myself a bit of a jeweler of sorts. Those bracelets and designs that you have are beautiful. And talking to you, Lisha, I really appreciate this aesthetic.
She just kind of like smiles a little bit. She's like, oh. She's like, well, back with our clan, there's a lady who's called Agatha. She's kind of like, I guess like my mom, but she made
Agatha
it.
Lashade?
What?
Agatha Lashade, or sorry, there's other words for it, but no, my mother told us stories of some pirates back when, and sorry, I don't know if it's the same Agatha, but there was once a very, very wonderful and fancily dressed female pirate around from here to Valua. I don't know if it's the same Agatha.
Oh, that sounds like her. She's
Then-
kind of like,
I will do good not to get on your bad side then.
you can't do that, ma'am. You've already done us enough with letting us in your home. I'll give a shout out to Agatha next time and see what I can do for you.
By no means. There are still many merchants and traders who have traded business with her, and we see her whereabouts.
Well, I'm sure I could get you something specifically delivered, and seeing as how you're the one who birthed that, and she motions to where Mordecai went.
I'm talking to my sister.
Oh, whatever. I forgot. I can't remember.
It's okay.
You put up with that.
Yes.
It's the new sister.
Putting up with my knuckle-headed brother. I thank you.
Anytime. I don't have
and she
siblings.
whispers, it's like some nice stardust earrings would be great.
She said stud. In my mind, immediately she's talking about Frost.
Oh, she said stardust earrings.
He's like, she just nods and winks. She's like, I'll see what I can do.
Frost just tips hat and howdy.
just kind of looks over and is like, so how long have y'all been interacting with the Bane clan, if you don't mind me asking?
Carta tries to speak up, because even as you say that, though, the mother still kind of remains silent and just gives nods and gestures towards food and stuff as she sets everything ready, things up. Carta is like, not too long. I would say, again, maybe 4 or 5 times at best.
I see y'all had the pleasure of dealing with little sourpuss out there.
If that's who I think you are referring to. He is strange, very direct, it seems. Does not like to mince words.
He's an interesting character, to say the least. He always gets the job done every time he's assigned to anything. So, I mean, he's a pretty good dude in my book.
Delashi, do you have anything that you would like to, I don't know, say to anyone else as well?
Well, I want to hear embarrassing stories.
So you ask Sayla about an embarrassing story.
Yep.
Well, there was one time where the boys, when they were young, they had this handshake. that was vile and grotesque, and we mocked them for it for days to come. Now, they, well, you know boys. Boys like to show off their masculinity. So, what they would do is they would stick their hand in their pants and out that little zipper in the front. They would poke their hand out and try to handshake that way.
I hate that I've done this before.
We've done this. This is something I've actually done in real life. Why are you calling me out like this?
Fuck.
That's a guy thing.
Oh, yeah.
It is a guy thing.
Yo, bro, you want to shake wieners? Yeah!
I know the next time I greet Till and be like, hey.
No.
It's happening.
Oh,
Parker
Oh,
complicit
God.
in this.
I'm complicit in this. So yes, they vulgarly wanted to be bigger than what they were, as I would say.
got him.
Oh, damn.
I'm not there. I can't defend myself.
I was like, oh. Okay.
Thank you, Sayla.
My pleasure.
I was here
The
thinking
mother
we're
just
bigger than that here, but
gives
that
a
was wrong.
slight chuckle and then looks at
You're talking
At
about my
the
sister.
girls.
She's not gonna talk about how big my dick is. Like, come on.
Isn't she your big sister?
You were talking to Sayla. She's my little sister.
Oh. Too many fucking.
I know. It's.
Ah!
You picked a big family.
I know. It's like a polar opposite from the last character I made prior to this, where he's like the rogue of like the orphan rogue shit. Like, nah, I'm gonna have a big family, and everything was great, and I'm gonna go back and it's gonna be great, and here we are.
Yep. So Mordecai eventually walks back in, as now you walk in with Nakarth, or Narket. Haha! Corrected myself. He's like, as you are about to walk in, he actually just picks you up and puts you over his shoulder, and he's like, alright, so I roughed him up a bit, punched him, figured out what was what.
Oh my
We
god.
fought a bit.
Oh no, ow.
The tombs are in shambles. We'll have to fix that later.
My spine.
I swear I almost give him a few new scars.
I'll never financially recover from this.
But yeah, I suppose this man, you got scrawny, and what is this? Tinker Tot Toys. I suppose this hodgepodge of a man is my son.
I have not shown him my legs yet, by the way. I didn't get the chance.
Ooh, leggies.
Huge too when he lifts you up, though.
He kind of
No,
went with your
this is the
eye.
mark.
So he kind of like with your eyes, like this Tinker Tot Toy eye. He's got only one good eye.
Have you
There's-
seen his wink?
Excuse me? I feel like I
as
just have to
this,
scan the room from my perch position and look at Sayla and probably seem like a satisfied smirk like, no. What did you say?
as this happens, and like you see Narket change the air of the room, or at least for the mother as well, and it's like, without missing a beat, the mother is like, well, finally, our son decides to come on home.
I'm so confused. Hello, Mama.
You were a ghost and now you're here. Did you bring any spice? Did you bring any gifts? What did you bring me? You're
yes,
gone
of
for
course.
5 years? Do you not have... Oh, what? Oh, ooh, you're stunned silence. Oh, what? You've been
I'm very
gallivanting
confused.
for 5 years.
I have a very
Come to
finely
hell and
carved mask from the Exa tribe. If you just put me down so I can get it out of my
Mm.
You
bag.
don't want no freaking map. Give that girl
No,
some
it's a mask.
mask.
Oh,
man.
a mask, a mask. Is that
Look
better
at
to
that
hide your
lovely
face?
face.
At least
Your mother.
Dad will like it.
Is that better
I mean,
to
I
hide
had-
your
I had-
face? And she kind of holds up a hand, like while Narket is still holding you, like because he kind of put you over his shoulder, and you're like, your stomach's on his shoulder, and you're
You know
all
what, maybe
looking at
with-
him.
You know what? Maybe it wasn't a good idea. If you give me a moment, I can go downstairs. I brought a very nice bracelet that I found in my travels. It flew off my wrist, and Father beat the shit out of
She
me.
doesn't even give you a moment as she like whips around the table around all the rest of like the party members who are like getting ready to eat, and just takes out a wooden spoon, taps your cheeks, and is like, look, what? Boom. Where's the gift? Boom. Huh? Huh? You went to hell and back. You better have brought the finest riches
No fucking idea.
of the greatest tombs.
Oh my god. I'm actually. That is actually something I have.
Yes? What is this?
Oh
And like, cause you pulled back your stuff to let your eye breathe and whatnot, right? Cause to show your father, right?
No, I actually never did that.
You didn't? I thought you did.
No. But if he knows about the eye, I'd imagine he pulled the eye patch up and saw it when he was like making sure I was.
I would say that.
Okay.
Like, she wonders like, what are you hiding there? Which birthmark is it this time?
What?
Oh, what? And then
Talking about my eye patch? Like, I'm actually confused.
yes, talking about the eye patch. What are you hiding under there? What are you hiding? What
If you
tattoo
put-
did
if
you
you
get?
just
Did you
put
go
me
with
down,
someone else? Did you get new clan tattoos? Did you marry someone? Did you marry
No.
someone without me
No.
knowing? And you have a tattoo on there? Oh my! And she just starts breaking out of this like freak, like a wild tangent of like, oh, what did you do for 5 years? You went off. You got
If you give
married.
me a minute to fucking
and
breathe, I will tell you the story.
she won't give you a minute to breathe.
As I capital, man, there was like so many dances and stuff that surrounded him. I'm pretty sure there's like a couple proposals there, but I don't know. It was a party.
Oh yes,
Oh
and
my
see.
fucking God, bro.
Oh, so you were gallivanting. Oh, you were sleeping
That's true,
around
yes, I
in
will say that,
graves.
yes.
Oh, okay. I see what it was. You didn't
It's
have
that
time to say to your own mother that you were okay. I had to know for 5-6 years that you were dead. Oh, 6 years plus 4 months.
3 weeks in a
8
day.
months, 3 weeks, and a day. She says that verbatim for you.
Let's see. There was that. There was the Ixa woman that he laid spear with. There was prostitute in the aisle.
Oh, and Ross is just giving this woman ammo as she just takes
Exactly.
it, and she kind of loads it into the spoon like a gun, like a fake gun. And it's like, and then with each one is like tap cheek, tap cheek, tap cheek.
Ross is just stirring the pot over here. He just going to town.
I'm the fucking soup.
You are now the soup.
It's just soup.
Ah,
Oh my fuck.
all right.
I missed you.
I missed you too. Gives you a kiss on the cheek and then on the
Aw.
forehead. You do that again, I will die, come down to haunt your ass, and then make sure I take the whole family with me because I cannot stand this anymore.
Oh my
Anyway,
goodness.
I will be hysterical. Don't mind me. We eat.
Okay. Yes.
And then you give me gift. We eat, then gift.
Father puts me down so I can go retrieve the gift.
No, this is fun.
Just eat him.
No, this is fun, my son. I'm going to enjoy
ma-
this for a moment.
The mask is for you unless you put me down.
Fine.
I know you like your carvings.
He puts you down.
Okay. But
Damn. I was enjoying the view.
Congratulations.
Ross just drugs.
Oh, man.
soon they've treated you pretty nicely.
The whole crew is treated to some nice,
I mean, ow, the pain.
to a home-cooked family meal. There is a mix of chicken homemade sauce, like it's a mix of curry, chili powder, and some other sauces. It's some spicy stuff, but it's like a nice tangy sweet of chickens, and then there is also a braised rib with some nice smoke and pepper salts. Some hash browns, some rice. It's literally just a feast that they're getting ready for. And your mom, Mordecai, specifically holds a spoon out at you during the food and is like, "Look, you see this? You see this? All of this is the amount of effort I put in every single day, regardless of if you and then she starts pointing at the sisters too, because she's like, you went disappearing, regardless of if you, and I love you, honey, but sometimes you go missing too, and I wish you would stop that. And so she points at the father. I make this for everyone, every time. So this way, no matter what, we can always, at a moment's notice, enjoy a feast as a family. Also, the rest of you are welcome to partake. I am glad to have you here with the family. You beautiful blonde-haired one, you are ever so beautiful. You other blonde one, you are also ever so beautiful.
Wait, which?
Both of the blondes. She's like,
Isn't
I really
the
don't know your names, but you know what? You are here, and if you're smacking around my son a little bit, then that's fine by me. You're going to enjoy this a little bit. If you have any problem with my cooking, with my anything, you can see yourself right on out, and I will say goodbye and thank you for saying hi to my son.
Thank you for your hospitality.
All right, you're welcome. All right, you are also welcome.
Those introductions are properly in order. This is Laisha. This is Frost with the hat, and this is Delashi. Out of the three, I have known Delashi the longest. Delashi, all three of these people I would not be alive without, but Delashi is part of the reason I was able to escape from what was keeping me. That's what I'll say for now.
And she glares at you. It's like,
I will tell the whole story after dinner. It is not a pleasant one.
You were lucky you and your father made up.
Yes. Ow! Oh no.
Son, you really need to start selling it, otherwise she's going to beat the shit out of both of us. Look, she expected us both to be at each other's throats, and like he leans in and whispers at you. He's like, she expected us to both be at each other's throats, for me to blow up all this big hullabaloo, especially since I made her cry, made her promise, and like we went through the whole rituals, and I said like, oh hey, you know what? We need to go through with this. We need to make sure that our son has a proper funeral and is savedly rested well within the lands of beyond. So I put your mother through hell, and you're going to go through hell with me if you don't start shaping up.
Shit, I missed this. Also, I don't know if we've started eating it, but as soon as Mordecai takes a bite of anything, he just shuts the fuck up for like 5 full minutes and is just like, just enjoying.
Yep. You enjoy for the rest of the night. Full home-cooked meal, a nice Nasirian treat. There's stories, there like various different tales from everybody's perspective. Mordecai's childhood, Sayla's childhood, everybody else who would like to share stories, they can share stories. And they also gesture to every one of the crew. If you'd like to share anything about yourselves and your trips and your travels, you can do so. Because they thank you guys for bringing their son back to them.
I believe I mentioned earlier there's one more who could not be here with us today, who is also responsible for my safety, but he is somewhere else right now. We're using the ship.
Nah. Well, I will make sure to send you with some home cooking for them then.
It's his loss.
What? No. I'm giving proper thanks. I'm putting aside satchel, and you are taking it to them, and you better keep it fresh. I don't care what hoodoo you're going to use to keep it fresh, but that is your problem, not mine. And you better make sure they get it, and they better like it, because if they don't like it, I will blame you and not me, because my cooking is good. And if they tell me my cooking is not good, then you are going to get an earful.
Oh my god.
We're gonna have to figure this out, Mordecai.
I'm going to need to invent some kind of small powered box that keeps things cool. Call it Refrigerator.
You come up with that name?
I don't know. Also, I do make sure I go down and get the bracelet.
Okay, sometime either you could do it during the meal or after the meal. You go back, get back in, and you go back to the family. And again, it's just you guys all have a nice night chilling out with Mordecai's family. The father is very stern, but also has a good lighthearted sense about him now that his son is back.
A love in the making, the shake of a shivering wing. An
Yeah.
angel came to
Yeah, apparently an angel came to be.
So I'm gonna go and remove these from my inventory, but I gave Mom the bracelet. That was my first adventure loot. And then I gave Dad the Ixa mask. Get this out of my inventory.
Done.
And yeah, Frost, I'm not sure if you had rejoined us, but we're kind of just having like after dinner chat now, and the floor is open for any stories that want to be shared, I guess.
Yep.
I'm just kind of enjoying just listening to everything that's going on. And you try to think back to some of the more funny ones. It's like, I got him enough trouble. I shouldn't tell that one. Shouldn't tell that one. Definitely not gonna tell that story.
Well, should we tell them one of our adventures?
Yeah,
I mean,
more about yourself if you want to. I mean, I can go into why I disappeared, but
we
That's
could
how-
go into.
that's probably bring the mood down. So if you have anything that will bring the mood up before I crash it.
Well, do you remember before we hit the Ixa Temple? There's that mine that we helped free those people out of the Valuans were controlling.
How can I not remember that?
Yes, you would off on your own little side adventure there.
I mean, listen, you went undercover. The three of us had to go sneak around.
You nearly lost your arm.
Well,
to another
actually,
people.
no. Correction. Lisha wasn't with it. Lisha was on her own mission at that time.
Yeah.
Because Gareth was the
Sure.
other one that kind of helped lead us around. You and I were stuck in barrels. It was quite hilarious watching fucking these three barrels just kind of go from one place to another magically.
The magic of the barrel.
Didn't I end up jousting somebody through a minecart?
Mm.
You
Check out-
jousted someone through a minecart, brother.
Yes, I
Oh
happened
yeah,
to have
he
minecart in that.
jousted all right. He
No.
jousted.
Frost!
So we were in there and he knew someone
Swing.
was coming, so I hopped into a minecart and I'm pretty sure I just stabbed him as I rolled by, or something of that effect. I know there was a minecart involved in the killing of one of those guards.
Right.
Oh, and Carta. Oh, actually, no. I'll say this because I had a funny line for this.
Oh.
The mother, Phila, takes the hint of jousting a guy and is like, "Oh, if you're going to jab at my son for both ways, don't worry. He rises like the sun and sets like the moon, so I know either one."
I think they cut your jib.
I believe that was no secret, but if it wasn't, then yes.
There was the moment where I had to use you as a snowboard because someone forgot to check the hallway.
You know, that comment right after the previous comment is going to give everybody the wrong idea about what happened.
What is it? Oh, you used them like a snowboard.
So your boy
I
here,
need the ice path.
as we were going through this temple, he had worked his way over this rubble that was blocking our path. While on the other side happened to be some sort of trap. It fired these little darts that paralyzed him, so he just kind of laid flat on the ground. With a little bit of touch of magic made the floor icy, and then he just kind of slid his way across. Well, me being a man of opportunity, I just kind of planted my feet in his back and used him as a vehicle to get across the hallway.
Like a sandboard, but on ice.
Mm-hmm.
Narket looks at Rost and then looks at his son.
And they have never let that moment go.
Not at all.
apparently inspired an invention we're working on.
My son, I know of you have just eaten a bit. Give me 20 push-ups right now.
What? Why?
Give me 20 push-ups right now.
Jesus Christ. Oh, sorry. You don't
Roll
exist
physique.
in this.
Roll physique.
By the God damn it.
Oh god,
Uh,
was he gonna throw up?
Oh man. No! Why would you set me up like that? That's gonna make Mom mad! What's my physique?
It's the first thing that popped in my head.
Oh, please God. Hey,
Oh.
okay.
You are fine. Alright, son. So, you say
For a reason.
there is a very good reason. So, my son is being paraded around, not only got tranquilized by darts.
Yes.
Where is your constitution? Where is your fortitude? Where is look at these noodles. And like you
Because
see
they
him
love the darts.
put his arms next to your arms, and it's like thighs versus like forearms.
Father, I'm reasonably sure you don't even have a human physique anymore.
You
Wait, listen.
You apparently have been in the land of the dead. Look, your bones, you're only so macho. Where is the son that I need to have? Where is the macho?
Solomon was always the macho one. I was the smart one.
Tolum is already succeeding in the physique department. We need to get you up to snuff.
Oh god.
Now, come on, push-ups. And you and like as you say, it's like, all right, Taylor, come here. All right, so you said that you were riding him like a snowboard, like this. It's like, all right, Sailor, wait. And so Sailor actually is like, we're picking on Mordecai already. All right, and hops on his back as he's like goes down for a push-up, and hops on his back. Is like, was it like this? And puts her foot like towards his back and then like lower back.
I'm just gonna walk
So you gotta plant your foot like up there by the shoulders, like
I'm
you like your
walking
lead
as the
foot.
process this is happening. I'm like, you did this to me.
Your actual heel has to be planted like right in the crack of his ass, like just plant it right in
she
there.
moves and like boom, puts a foot.
Ooh.
Oh my
Like,
god.
like crouch down a bit, make sure you keep it balanced, and you got it.
All right, they're reenacting this whole scenario, and it's quite amusing. But no, keep push-ups. She only weighs like what? Sailor, you only weigh like 110, 115, right? Come on, Mordecai, you can do that.
Now, before you punish your son too much, you gotta give him some credit. That man is a technological genius, if I say so myself.
Oh yes.
Some of the contraptions he's made is fantastic, and if you got a little bit of time, we can go back to the ship. We can show you his workshop.
You have a workshop now.
Yeah.
Yes, he actually
that
had a
didn't-
hand in
That
designing
didn't
the ship
sound
that
like a
we're
very
currently using.
convincing yip. Come on, put more. Come on, deeper.
I just got the shit beaten out of me, and now I'm doing push-ups straight after a very hearty dinner from Mother for the first time in 6 years and change.
And
now-
she jokingly laughs and is like, don't throw up. If you throw up, that means you don't like my cooking.
That is what I'm most afraid of.
Carta comes over and picks Sayla off of
I was about to say, don't you
Mordecai's like, all right. We just got him back. Please, can we save the family punishment and abuse for other times? And Narquette is like, I have a good daughter looking after her brother. Damn, why couldn't I raise you like a trickster like your sister?
It did good.
And he reaches down and he picks up Mordecai and sets you up and brushes you off, and he's like, all right, no more picking on you.
Somehow I doubt this.
Oh, of course, for now.
Well, I'm glad I'm no longer getting the ghost treatment at least.
Yes, I was half expecting and hoping you would phase through the floor. Or not phase, but ghost. Spiritual thing. Whoosh through the floor.
I think I've still got the spirit eye in. Are there any nearby?
Roll me empathy. We directly tied the spirit to empathy.
Did we? Because that's not good.
Somewhat spirit to empathy.
Okay.
There are some faint readings, not nearby, but there's faint.
But I gives a bonus of any kind. I did not add it on, so.
Yeah. Like there's some faint readings. There's nothing direct or discernible, but there's some ghosties.
Okay, just thought I'd ask since I had it in.
Yep.
Oh, shit. It's good to be home. I once again apologize for it taking so long and siblings reacting at my absence with absences of their own.
Yes.
I look to parents which are holding them the fort.
Narket looks at you and is like, "You have quite literally teared this family apart."
This is what I was most afraid of.
But things are torn with more indirect measures than your fool of a father has. Can sometimes be a means of repairing those types of bonds.
Have you heard anything from Totem?
Tullum is Sayla's, right? No, I'm thinking.
Totem is my
Tullum, yeah.
like direct younger brother. He's the second oldest.
Correct. Narket is the twin, right?
Narket's dad, Nitak, is the twin.
Nitak is the twin.
Yeah.
Alright, and Tollum, okay. And you're the...
Totem went to the military. Okay, so Mordecai's the oldest.
Yep.
Karda is the oldest sister, just under Mordecai.
Yep.
Then Totem.
Tollum.
Then technically Nitak and Sewa.
We have...
twins.
They let you know that they have not heard from Tollum in about a month.
Okay.
Mostly they get letters from him every now and again from the mail.
Do you have any idea where he is now, or where he's deployed, or anything?
He's deployed in the Nasrad Valuan border. He's part of the border guard there.
Okay. Did we see a job posting for that?
Did you say
or
what?
Something I'm doing. Did we see a job posting for that a while ago?
There was a job posting for that a while ago.
Okay. Alright.
There was a job
if
posting.
If you heard from him within a month, that makes me feel better.
Mhm.
If you correspond at all, please let him know I am, in fact, alive, and he doesn't need to feel pressured to stay in the military if it was only for me.
We will send word
He would never admit it, but...
when we get the reply from him next.
I've started putting out feelers for Nitok and the Adventurers Guild of Nasrad.
Now, Nitak we have not heard from for 2 years. Roughly 1 to 2.
Almost 2 years. Silla has told me about as such. Now that I know to look for him, I will start. From what I understand, the Adventurers Guilds have a well-connected network, so I'm trying to leverage that a bit. See if he's taken any work.
Well, we will see what the moons bring us.
Dare I ask, has that man from the Bane clan been bothering the two of you?
Not so much bothering as just been appearing in inconvenient times. Not an essence of what they are doing, it's just... life's been a little rough.
Yes. You look exhausted, Father.
Just a tad.
What has been keeping you so busy?
Bandits, thieves, just general upkeep of our tribe.
Has there been a bandit problem around Lahana recently?
More so than usual, but we think it is just pirates or various other... Who knows what's going on. The world is slowly going crazy with the war,
Mm-hmm.
and people are getting antsy. The factions for piracy and thievery are being blurred day and day.
Remind me, Mark.
Yes.
That facility we found Salem wasn't too far from Lahana, if I remember correctly.
Yep, it was southwest from Lahana. Actually, no, southeast from Lahana.
Hmm. Well, hopefully, we managed to, excuse me, deal with one of those problems when we found Selah.
Yes. Just in time for, helping out around the house. You've been gone, and your chores have piled up, young lady. I give a glance as they go back into food.
But as far as piracy goes, there's another reason why we were in the area, actually. Gesturing to, who said it? Carta? Agatha, actually. Gave us a task to do
Agatha.
while we were in the area. Yes.
Wait. Which Agatha? Is their
Agatha.
last name?
I don't think Mordecai knows her last name. Agatha, though. You're very close to her, Elisha.
I feel like I should know, but I don't.
It
was mentioned
I
to
think
you
I put it
earlier
in
in
your
the
notes, but you can refer to her as Agatha Rouge.
Baba Ganoush?
Agatha LaRouche, or she has a various different names, but it's usually just Agatha.
Silk.
I had a Agatha of Trade and Silk. Could be even. But you mentioned the name, and both the parents give a quizzical brow, and it was like, oh well. We've not directly dealt with her, but we have heard her name passing in various straits, and in our younger days, definitely steered clear of her famous piracy.
She's certainly a fierce woman, but not a bad one. And she has a grudge with darts.
Frost, roll me notice. Grudge with darts?
Yeah.
Ah, yes, that bastard. He is not so fun.
Hopefully it is a problem we will solve within the week.
Yes. Oh, really?
You said you wanted notice?
Yes, give me a notice, please. Alright, don't worry about it.
Hot stir of frost, goddamn.
So, your father also goes in a bit about darts, and is surprised that you're also, like, asks, what are you doing with him?
If I remember off the top of my head, Agatha had something precious stolen from one of her comrades in a battle relatively recently, I suppose?
Elisha?
If I remember correctly.
Yes.
And Darts was responsible for taking it, and Agatha would like us to get it back and solve the Darts problem while we're at it.
Yep, so what had happened is some time ago, back in Agatha's heyday, she had a run-in with a Valuan general, actually the one who is now known as the head Valuan general, known as Galcian.
Oh, that's the one you warned me about.
Yes. The head Valuan general Galcian was the one who struck her of her crew as well as scattered them, and she had retreated to the Bane clan, and in a bit of scavenger, Darts had picked the battlefield and taken objects from her.
We actually had a close encounter with him in, oh god, what was it? Anyway, we had a very close encounter with him recently.
Gotcha.
Managed to put a tracker on his ship, and assuming it's still there, we'll be able to track him down. But at the time, we had refugees on board from where we found Sayla, and didn't necessarily want to potentially challenge a pirate of that caliber with Sayla on board.
Well, I am grateful for my son to have the sense and decency to not get his sister into any more trouble.
Was
As he looks at her.
Me, awkwardly remembering she almost got taken hostage a couple sessions ago.
Yeah, your sister's a troublemaker.
That was my fault.
Your sister's still a troublemaker.
It makes it easier. But if you have, and reaching for straws here, but if you have any trivia on him that might help in the coming...
He unfortunately... You know what? I'll roll lore for him.
And
I know that if we head back down south past the capital, that little pit stop we managed to rest up, I know he frequents there from what locals were saying.
Which is an option. The tracker will be able to tell us which direction he's in, just not necessarily how far away.
He does not have any information, at least on Darts, for you, other than he hates the bastard.
Well, a problem we can solve.
Also, real quick, because of all your damn hydrates, I really need to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to hold it in.
So how do y'all like the family?
It's cute.
I feel bad putting work for all those weird fucking names.
And I keep fucking yawning and shit, like, oh, I'm trying to keep up with it. My body's like, hey, bud, you're tired.
Yeah, how's work been?
Not that bad. I mean, the stimulus has been, like, coming in, so people have had a little bit more urgency to get their money out, but besides that, it is what it is. Little thing for the chat. I happen to be a bank teller. I'm not going to disclose which bank I work for, but it's not hard to figure which one's cowboy related. So, yeah. For everything that is going on, I know that there's been like a lot of stuff happening where people aren't receiving this, so it's been like refunded back to the IRS to be sent out as checks. So I answer like 1,000 questions a day about it.
Yikes.
Yeah, I mean, people just want their money. If you don't get it by the 15th, you have to go claim it on your taxes and get it there. But I mean, irs.gov/criminal/get my payment is what you need.
I am back.
That's your public service announcement with Big Teller Company.
Like, I had, like, literally, like, my same problem today. Like, kids would be like, oh, what are we supposed to do? Like, one period, I had literally, like, 6 kids ask me, what are we supposed to do? When literally it was all on the giant glowing smart board in the front of the room.
Oh, no.
And I was like, it literally got to the point where I was like, I'm like, it was so stressed and so over. I'm like, do you guys not see the board? There's a reason for it. So I don't want to sit here repeating myself. Like, I started going off on them. I felt bad for it, but I was like over it because I'm like, there's a reason this is here. It's instructions. So if in case I can't get to you, it's there.
Well, hello, and I'm ready and back to resume. I have no clue what I just missed.
Oh, wait, we're talking about real life for a second.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I'm hella tired, in all honesty. I was just talking to them about the stuff going on at work.
Ah, okay, that's what I missed.
Yeah, so trying to keep going, but exhaustion's a son bitch.
I feel you. I feel you. I'm sorry. Da 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 da. Okay, that's.
I just scrolled down on the map and saw the hooded guy token. And I was like, oh no, the shadow's back.
Nah, you were lucky.
Oh, I was lucky.
Yeah. We actually rolled for something for
Okay.
someone here.
If you've already rolled for it, then I can disclaim my fear. I was very frightened I was gonna lead this fucking shadow to my family.
So you don't, unless someone in chat wants to spend a
Don't
test
you
of
fucking
fate.
do it, I swear to God. Don't you fucking do it.
Someone wants to do a test
Don't
of
you
fate.
do it. Nope, don't do it.
Don't do
you
it.
fucking-
Come
don't you do
on,
it.
come on, chat. Do test of fate. Get more
Anyway.
shadow.
Anyway,
So as long as they keep talking here, you guys can roll that test of fate potentially.
the father.
Thank you
Uh,
for the hydrate.
Oh, and I gotta hydrate.
That's right.
Hey, Garthon, you
Refill.
should do test of fate.
Yeah, refill.
Reload. Reload.
Merc's gonna end up like Joshua Grant from New Vegas here if he keeps it up. Just hard and light and feather and tossing the Grand Canyon.
Oh my fucking God. Anyway, Father, while we're talking about taking down this pirates, we did have a little bit of a close call on the way here with the merchants we were escorting. We got away, but it became very painfully apparent that we have a very small crew, even for a small ship. We fucking did it. We
Very,
fucking did it.
very small crew, you say.
God damn it.
What do you? Don't worry about it. What do you?
God, you son of a bitch.
What do you need?
Is there? Damn it.
It's just the four of us running a ship.
Yeah. Do you think there would be anyone in town who'd be willing to at least look for temporary work for a pirate hunt?
I
Let's see.
I don't know too many who would want to leave the sands of home. There is your old friend, Cerolis.
True.
He might be willing to. Also, there is a boy of Oliver. He is not from our lands, but he found his way over here from Esperanza.
There's my pen. There's my pen. There's my pen.
I actually was talking to him earlier. He's supposed to be washing the ship for me. And that reminds me. Ross stands up, adjusts his coat. I'll be right back. It's been a few hours. Starts walking towards the docks.
So, bye. Thank you.
Oh man. Also, so this way I don't blindside somebody. I want to message somebody real quick. Continue. There we go. Alright, so Ross, you make your way over towards the ship. Mordecai, and you talk him up. He doesn't know too many people. You could try. He'll give you some names, and or anyone else in the crew will have to roll rapport around the town in order to see if there's anybody that you'd find for that.
I'm not terrible at rapport. The good wink goes a long way.
Blink.
It's a wink if you mean it.
Let's see, since somebody didn't remember.
Ross, you look so tired, dude. I'm so sorry.
So sorry, Fred.
But listen, man, I'm trying to troop through, but my energy is just.
You go back, and actually, this is perfect because you run into another Bane clan member. It's not Apple from before.
Hey,
It's
he
not
said
Ross. It's not Ross. It's not anyone else, you actually run
Smell like
into.
apples.
Jeez. You run into, who is it? Because this was what I rolled at the start of the game for. I need to remember who's all on the island real quick. There we go. Locations.
DM has a literal island of NPCs you can throw anywhere in the world at any given moment.
Yep. That'll work out. You run into a man by the name of Varys.
How well do I know Varys?
I wouldn't say too well. You do know him somewhat because he is the first mate for Alice, actually. Alice being one of the members for that Agatha trained. And if you go into locations, you'll see Alice there in that. Varys is like, "Oh, Frost, it's been too long. Come here." And he actually, like, you didn't notice him at first. He actually showed up right behind you and kind of gives an over-the-arm hug and shrug. And is like, "Oh, boy, the desert has not been kind to you. When did you last shower?"
Your moon is set to Frost.
Listen, it's hot. There's sand. It's rough and coarse and gets everywhere.
It really
It's
gets
hard to find a
everywhere.
bathhouse without getting coated as soon as you leave. Why are you here?
Oh,
Like,
well,
what brings you over here? I thought you were over by the Ixa.
truth be told, we'd had some business in the Ixa, and it led us in a strange direction here. You see, little birdie told me that you and, your friends had run into some so strange, woman. I don't remember. It was something that got you all up in arms.
Yes, there is someone in particular that has been a pain in my ass since she decided to make an appearance on
pain
the
in your
Ghost
ass,
Train mission.
Frost. Oh. Well,
Let's just say you
how
don't
can
get
I
crossed.
alleviate this pain?
How can you alleviate this pain? How can you alleviate this pain?
Yeah, tell me. You know I'm always down to help.
See, this thing though, every time I've told you something and you've helped me out, there's always been a catch. Something coming out of the
Of
shadows,
course.
some price to pay.
Look,
What's your angle?
Angle, Frost, come on. There's no angle, it's just one member helping out another.
Listen, I know you better than this. What's your angle? What's your price?
Oh, my angle is just information, a little bit of the sorts. Little birdie says that Lord Bane has kept his lips very tight in regards to your little excursion in the Ixa. So, I just,
The way I see
being
it,
the
you want to know more
curious-
about it now, don't you?
being the curious, quizzitive type that I am, I just was like, if we do the mission for Bane anyway, since he wanted us to, take our little crew, Alice and myself, explore the area, find out more information. Just being proactive is all I'm trying to say.
Ross stood there and just kind of pinches the bridge of his nose as he walks over, like, here, walk with me. Let's walk and talk.
All right, walk and talk. You walk, I'll walk a bit of distance, and then we'll talk.
So as they're sitting there walking, he's gonna look over him and was like, you manage always to pop up at the worst times. You know that?
It's one of my specialties.
And how is Alice?
Oh, you know her. prideful as ever. Wanting to take a shot at pinning down Lord Bane, but honey, she has better prospects on her handle. There are plenty of boys, and honestly a few girls. She'll be prideful. Prideful. Anyway, as your information, sorry, I didn't mean to prattle on. As you were saying.
Alright, well, as for what I've done over by the Ixa, that's classified. Can't reveal that. But what I can tell you is what's been happening over here by Nasir and everything. So, down south past the capital, the crew and I, we were on our way here, and a member of the crew got abducted.
Abducted? You don't say.
Yeah, come to find out, some blue scientist was down there in an abandoned warehouse performing crazy experiments. One of the new things that they crafted is a shadow that seems to never stop. We've put this thing down about 3 or 4 times, and it gets back up, keeps following us. Bigger problem, if it touches you, it marks you, and that's kind of how it follows you.
Ooh, that sounds nasty.
It's terrible. It
I
keeps
saw that.
popping
I
up
want
everywhere.
that.
Listen, just be careful out there. I know that Vlu is always on any sort of edge to surpass everybody else. Who knows what kind of horrible things they've dipped into now, considering this is only just the tip of the iceberg.
Well, your pretty girl Lisha isn't the only one who makes good use of shadows. I'll make sure to stay clear.
Telling you, I've watched the whole city try to gun this thing down, and it would not stop.
Oh, I would like to keep my hands objectively clean if possible.
It's like I said, you really don't understand what really is, how bad this fucking thing is.
We usually not. In our line of work, we see anything as far as the highest Valuan guard to the weakest little side soldier. So, I have no frame of reference to judge unless, we haven't really sparred at all, so I can't even use you as my frame of reference. I'll be sure to pass the message along to Alice. We'll steer clear and keep our eye in the sky.
Definitely be wary about it. I know there's a couple of the summit crews been wandering about, informing them to tell their captain, so hopefully I got that message to Alice already. If not, it needs to be brought along.
Noted.
Also, penny for your thoughts.
Hmm?
Do you think Bane has siblings?
He has Iris, of course.
More than her.
Hard to say. I'm of the new section of the clan, much like yourself. The only people who would have that information would be of the old clan.
And getting anything from them is like getting water from rocks.
Oh, yes. You'll be more inclined to try to get water from a stone, yes.
Yeah, so just curious is all.
Keep my ear to the ground, or to the walls in your case. So, that all?
Let me think here. And Ross just ponders for a moment. No, I mean, that's really about it. So their capital is attacked by that shadow, and they try to put it down. There is, of course, just the whole curiosity thing, hypothetical, like what if Bane did have a brother? And then also, is that y'all shit parked out by the docks?
No. We kept very clear. Now, Alish's ship is about due north. I took a little side venture to come out here and peruse a bit.
I wonder who's that out by the docks that's flying the clan flag.
Could be anyone. Could be Lord Bane. Could be any of the members.
Oh man, no, Apple is around here somewhere. You know how much of a sourpuss he is.
Hmm. It's Apple.
I think it's his ship, but I mean, there's so many of us, it's hard to say.
Oh, you do know Apple. Well, actually, I can't say I know Apple too well myself. All I know is I remember seeing Apple on, and it's fine that Varus also calls him Apple. It's supposed to be Ross.
I won't have his name's caught on.
Nope.
Good job.
I hate how well you guys tricked me for that. Well, he does work on almost all the ships. He is a shipwright. But aside from that, I don't know too much.
Right. Well, I think that's about it. I know we still got some business out here we have to handle. We still gotta go find Darts. You know, he's floating about around here somewhere. We've got a bone to pick with him.
Well, no business of mine. I have my target, so we'll see if our paths cross again.
Don't be a stranger.
I always will. It's the best kind. See ya. And then Varus also takes off more north.
Just tips his hat to him before starting to head back to his own ship.
And Varus just waves a hand. Over at the dinner table, meanwhile at the Hall of Justice. Delashi, Sayla interjects, would you like some more? I can try to see if I can get some extra food for you to go. I don't know how long you guys are staying.
Sure, that would be nice.
Not a problem. Thank you for helping my brother, honestly. Actually, Father, this one helped out your brother a lot. I don't know what it is this one does, but they have this weird little thing that... well, I got to learn a lot more about my brother that way.
Oh.
And she goes into a little bit of detail, not saying the whole story, but a little bit of detail in the you healing up Mordecai.
I mean, I suppose we could still do a demonstration. I do have one minor consequence still, but though
You did? I thought the only one who had consequences were... Yeah,
I have
no,
a
it's...
distant ping.
It is you and Lisha who have consequences.
Right.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Also-
do a demonstration.
I think
This-
Vrock's got one. I think the last time we did this session, I think Vrock's got a treatment.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4,
Yeah, I'm all
5,
good to go.
6,
Like,
7.
no more consequences for me.
Alright.
My bones are no
Out
longer
of
hurt.
character question, Elisha, what are you sitting at consequence-wise? Because I'm only sitting at a mild.
Also, hey, Delashi,
If any.
take 1
Yeah?
point of will damage.
Why?
Because I remembered Lisha's consequence.
Man, I didn't do shit.
You didn't do anything. So,
Exactly.
unfortunately, Lisha has a consequence that is beyond her control.
Uh-oh.
At random points and intervals, and because it's at least been 2 hours into the session, I was supposed to roll for it more, but random points, anyone that she is around, and I put numbers down for each individual. I will roll, and they will take a single point of damage
Yikes.
because her fire goes out of control and
Oh.
jets out towards somebody.
Does this happen in front of everyone?
It happens under the table. So you don't realize this, but at first, and as you guys are all eating, from Lisha's thigh, just jets out like a little wisp of fire, and it floats around. No one notices it, and then it just kind of like a firefly lands on Delashi, and then catches fire.
Oh my god!
And none of us noticed this?
No,
or...
you notice it once it catches fire.
Just put it up.
Delashi?
So, Delashi, your leg is on fire for a quick moment, and you have to pat it out, and
Oh my
you
God.
feel that searing pain.
Is your wild magic acting up?
I don't think that was me.
You can all roll investigation.
I'm just laughing because like wild magic would be my first thought. Quick, everyone check your investigation stat.
I have really bad investigation.
That's a no from you, Lisha. You don't even realize you're doing it. That's a no for you, Mordecai.
It's wild magic.
You all assume it's wild magic.
No, it's not me! I did not just catch myself on fire. I
Yeah.
know I didn't.
You all assume it's wild magic.
It's not me!
The dice think
Well, then-
otherwise.
Then what's happened?
I don't know.
Sounds like wild magic.
Which color do I put it in?
Blue.
Mark? Blue? Okay.
Yep, you put it in blue. You take 1 point of will damage.
Yeah, I don't know what that was, but it wasn't me, but okay. When was the last time you saw me use fire? Even with wild magic.
So third point. I think I've seen it.
What
But-
is this wild
it-
magic?
So our friend here is a very talented practitioner of moon magic. So much so that Delashi doesn't always know what's about to happen when he casts.
So you
Yeah.
are a drunkard magician.
You know,
I guess that's a good description.
Ah, okay. I can take
you
that.
don't drink.
I'm not drunk.
You don't drink very often, but I've heard of a style of monk for drunken fist or some such shit. The drunken mage. That's good. That's good. I like it.
See, a distant cousin of yours was something like that. They just
Yes?
like they had a fun little party trick. It was like a dragon's breath. Ale is what they had.
Oh.
Do we want to do a demonstration?
Do you
Mordecai?
want to do a demonstration?
Not of wild magic.
Of what?
Of healing a consequence.
I just did want to say, just out of character, and if I'm not supposed to know this, don't answer, I guess. But Lisha, I don't know what severity of consequence you have, but if you need it more than me, then we can save it for you by all means, because I've just got a
It's
mild.
mild.
It is a
It's
mild
mild?
consequence. Yep.
I also have a mild.
That's why it only does 1 point of damage.
Uh-oh.
If it increases in stage, then it will do more.
We'll get rid of it before it does that.
Mhm.
I want to delve
you
into
don't
my
have
backstory right
to.
now.
Yeah, adults didn't need to do that.
I got this. I got this for a reason, and it's to use it on everybody, so we don't have to constantly deal with
No,
you
it's-
messing with us.
It's fine. Keep the
So-
consequence. It's good. She doesn't want to dive into her backstory, which I already have ready. It's fine.
Hey.
Just wants to use it.
I can just go on hurting people. It'll be fine.
What evil DM speak is
Hurting me. You have like this grudge against me, Mark, and you took it out on me last special session.
Look, either way I win. 1, you heal Lisha. I get to tell Lisha backstory. 2, you don't heal Lisha, and I get to hurt you guys more randomly.
What a fucking psychopath. You're a great DM. Oh my god. No, but once again, out of character, if you want the next one, just like not necessarily in front of the family, by all means. Alicia.
I said, I don't think you want to traumatize your family.
Well, I wasn't. But what I'm trying to say out of character is if
Yeah.
you want the next one, we don't have to do it in front of my family, but like you can take it. Like
Yeah,
y'all
no.
can go back to the ship and do it.
Yeah, that would be better because I doubt.
So, so if you want to claim the one for this session, to go for it.
Oh no, not right now. It's 10 o'clock.
Okay.
We can do it next session.
Okay. Shit. Okay, so here's the thing. We don't always know what gets shown whenever this comes up. So I'm terrified something tragically irrelevant will come up.
What are you paranoid about?
I don't know. I have no idea how this
It's
works.
like it's gonna show you like doing it. It's gonna be like a traumatic memory.
That is actually something I'm slightly afraid of.
All right, you go and heal Mordecai, and you just catch him in the dirty deed with the last two set of people that he did it with from the dancers.
Mom, look away! Mom!
Don't look.
Honey, first we should scold our child, and then we should try whatever the hell that is. No. Okay.
No!
That chandelier. Why is our son so flexible? Mordecai, we did not teach you these things. I am proud of you and
I
also
promise you did not.
mortified.
See, now I don't want to do it because he's gonna fucking do that. Okay.
Alright, we'll reel it in. We'll reel it in.
Let me give you the basic synopsis, and then I suppose
Alright.
might as well. It'd be
You
easier.
think on that? I'm going to real quick shift over to Vrost real quick.
Sure.
So formulate that. I'm going to shift over to Vrost. Vrost. After talking with Varys, you continued over to go find Oliver, correct?
Yep, gonna go back check the ship, see if Oliver's around.
All right. You see him not on your ship, but waiting just past it, sitting on a few crates.
So I stroll. I was like, I see you actually did want to earn a little extra money.
Yeah, I thought about it. I don't have too many attachments. Kind of travel light. As long as you can promise me safety and good pay, enough to at least work towards my own ends, then I guess I can help.
I did some thinking. I had to talk with the rest of the crew, but I know that our ship, we're short-staffed on there. A guy like you seems to know his way around and seems pretty honorable in my respect, so I'm willing to give you a shot. And here, it's something little up front. And Ross is going to take out a bag of 50 gold, just kind of toss at the guy's feet.
Takes a look at the gold. Out of character, I was going to have you roll this, but the gold is convincing enough. Alright. So, where do you need me? Crow's Nest, wheel, maps, navigation?
Let's see. It's probably best as one of the navigators on the ship, and honestly, you say that is your forte, is it not?
Yeah, I know my way around the known world.
It'd definitely be beneficial to have you on board, kind of directing. I know that besides myself, there's one other that knows how to pilot a ship. His name is Mordecai, which you'll meet the rest of the crew soon enough.
Alrighty.
Should have been watching you got taught.
Oh, me and Twill, we'll keep our eyes peeled. Ain't that right, buddy? A little pet.
See, everything's still in order here. The ship doesn't seem to be in shambles. It seems like no one's really been on there, so I appreciate that.
Alright. I'll move in my stuff. Do you got a spot for me specifically, or am I just free to pick my place?
I think there's an open room below deck. Come, follow me. I'll go with you, and we'll see if we can find one.
Alright. He lifts up a barrel and then to the side of crate. And follows you up onto the ship. You have gained 1.5 crew members. 12 counts as point. You officially
We got
have
Oliver in company.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, but I was like,
Oh, sorry.
I got the reference like earlier. It was like Oliver and Company. It was like one of my favorite movies as a kid.
Yes, so Ross will go in there, find a room for him, get him situated, tell him rest up, keep an eye on the ship. He's gonna go check with the rest of the crew and let him know the good news.
All right, done deal. I'll settle in.
He just tips his hat at him.
All right, Oliver successfully acquired.
Hell yeah.
You go back to meet up the rest of the crew. After some time Mordecai, back to you guys.
So I guess I'm gonna rip the harshest band-aid off first, and so so that day, and Delashi, I'll go over a little bit of it, and then we can do the thing and see if it shows anything relevant.
Sounds good.
But a day I went missing. I was just out on another hunt. Caught sight of it, but the wind changed. It caught my scent, so it ran away into a cave, which makes total sense when you're, a beast running away from someone with a bow and arrow, very clearly trying to kill you. So I stalked it into the cave, and the ground shook, and rattled loose a bunch of the rocks and stalactites and such, and a stalactite got my eye and parts of my cheekbone. And some of the other rubble, well, he kind of puts a foot on the table and undoes like the ankle bindings. And took both my legs just above the knee.
Your mother, father, and oldest sister, because Sail has already seen.
Sail's seen it.
Yep. Sail has seen it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, she fainted.
She fainted.
I told you it was not a pleasant tale, but it's ripping off the hardest band-aid right now.
Your mother is taken back. Your father's kind of not surprised. Your sister... Your sister is like, I swear, brother, if you ever hit on a girl and say you come with accessories, I will
That's a good
personally
one!
slap you so hard.
That's actually a very good one!
Don't give him ideas.
I will slap you so hard.
It's just the legs that are modified.
Oh, and pull up my eye patch in the eye.
You see, you had a cousin like that once.
What?
Yeah, Aldrich Lakar. A different clan. He had a glass eye. But a moonstone glass eye.
Interesting.
Yes, cost him a pretty penny, but came in useful.
Well. Anyway, so is this. So, back to the short version, I promise.
Your mom is just agape in stunned silence.
And that's... If you remember, I said this up here when Father said he had buried his son. I asked if he was being literal, because there are probably still pieces of me left in that cave.
Well, it did cost you an arm and a leg to get you back, so...
Not quite an arm.
Two legs and an arm. Two legs, no arm.
2 legs and an eye.
2 legs and an eye.
Yes.
Damn, I thought I had the joke right.
Yeah, that's alright.
I was this
You've
close.
seen my arms. These are still here.
Carta is like,
Yeah,
Father,
just
leave the jokes to the children of the family. And she like gestures at both you and her.
Anyway, I'm kind of eyeballing Father for this. Just it gets worse. I woke up in a still white room with missing an eye and legs and very confused. The short version. Sorry. I woke up in a Valuan facility. I do not know how I got there. And I was given a choice. Die on the table, or be a guinea pig for, peace. Apparently, it was a good match. So.
Your father and mother look angry at you.
Mm-hmm.
Your father has one quick moment, looks at Carta. Alright, I know you were joking, and you only get this one because I know you were seriously joking. Hands her 5 gold. You were right. He was taken.
Oh.
She had a bet. She knew, she was like, so she tried to be lighthearted about it.
Hmm.
And she was like, I feel like he's been taken. And so that's why the brothers were like, all the children rallied knowing you were alive. And the parents were the one who were like, no, I don't believe it. And she's like, so basically he's like, this is what your brother owes you. Now. And your father and mother give you stern looks.
I know I was raised as a proud son of the Sands, and that Valua is the enemy, and I was given the option to, I suppose, die as a son of a Sand with my pride intact, and I let some of that die on the table, so I could see all of you again. So, I apologize for that, but I don't regret it. Short version. Spent a couple of years there. Eventually came in good standing with one of the doctors there. The good doctor. And was given enough personal freedom that it wasn't hell. It was hell at first, but you know me, I tried to make the best of things. And still that stayed until Delashi and our friend Gareth showed up. We were given some test combats together, and we went on a bit of an excursion, forced labor for them, and I was there to test out the latest model of, clink clink the legs, and to keep an eye on them. And we bumped into something that I knew I couldn't take back to Valua. And the 2 people I was there with seemed to be trustworthy, and we had managed to separate ourselves enough from the actual Valuan presence there, along with meeting with one Lady Iris. And we saw our chance and we took it.
Your parents... oh, sorry.
And that was a couple months ago. We got taken to Bane Isle, where I met Frost and Elisha. Had a few rapid-fire adventures back there, and convinced Gareth to, after our last one, let me borrow the ship for a bit to go on this errand. And, well, some other obligations got tied into it, but along the way we found Sayla, and now we're here. It's the shortest version I can give you.
Your mom... So, Bela looks at your father, and you see there are already wheels spinning in his head, and your mother grows very concerned. And she's like, please don't disown him. Don't take away his tattoos.
Do what you must.
And your father's like, we've bent one rule already. This is my son reborn. So, I am displeased at this news, but I will do my best to be understanding. And we've already bent one of our traditions and customs. So, I will gives you a wink. Bend one of my own.
If it makes you feel any better, I do have another gift now that is on the table. I'm gonna pull my wanted poster with a Valuan bounty on it out of my bag and just kind of put that in front of them.
They look at it and there's a
get to my notes.
slight sense of pride, and also a slight sense of dread of like, what the fuck has our son got into?
I was a. I suppose I was a valuable prisoner, but the one that got away.
Carta's like, ooh, I can hang this up next to your brother. And she,
Wait.
like,
Which brother?
oh, just his mugshot from before he went into the military.
Oh, don't know. How did he get into trouble?
When doesn't he get into trouble?
That's fair.
It's just a simple little, like, police mugshot of like, hey, we caught you doing some shit and we're just roughing you up a bit. It's like when you get like caught for a very minor offense and they still like take a criminal photo for you.
Mm-hmm.
One of those. And it's like, oh well, it looks like you joined the military. And your mother and father are very like evaluating and trying to think of things.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of words, but not really quite sure how to do it. Because it's like, we're really happy to have our son back, but we really want to throw our son out. But we really want our son back.
I compromised part of who I was to survive. And that is the truth.
That is exactly it. And it's like, it's that mixture of, we could disown you and still keep you a part of the family. But we really don't want to do that. Moral ground, family legacy. Fuck it. You already joined us. You came back from the grave. We'll swallow our pride this one time.
Honestly, I was kind of hoping to open with that. But, well, couldn't get a word in edgewise.
Well, yep. They believed and were thoroughly convinced you were dead. Even if you were right in front of them.
I feel much better.
Alright. That weight's off the table.
Yes.
They look to Vrost, Lisha, Dalashi. Or because Vrost now comes in at this bit. Let me see. The whole gang's here. Again, thank you for taking care of our son. We are sorry that he has caused trouble, if he has. It's like the laundry list of like apology and like they've already did the soup spoon bit. This is just like we feel like we need to apologize to people, but we don't know who to properly apologize to for our son.
I apologize for my son, in general.
One of those.
Yeah. Oh.
Alrighty.
Are you ready, Mordecai?
Sure.
Ready for the healing factor?
Yes, let's see what happens.
Alright, do the thing.
These range from uneventful to holy fuck, so...
What is your consequence?
My consequence is a distant pang.
A distant pang. Alright. Dalashi, roll the roll.
I'm gonna reroll.
Alright. I was about to say, well, we don't even have to... Oh, fuck.
Give me the card.
That's a crit.
That is a crit.
Give me the card.
A heal worthy of a card.
Do you even have enough room? Oh, you have room for one card.
You can squeeze one in there, it's fine.
There's your one card. Alright, so I need to change the mute. Give me hold for show. Pushki, yada, yada, dash. this is. There we go. Let's go with the music. So, Mordecai, Delashi, Laisha, Rost. You guys all recognize this scene. It's the same scene as before. Delashi doing this voodoo, hoodoo, crazy mumbo jumbo spiritual stuff.
I still don't know how you learned this, but good.
Delashi's hands glow with purple moonstone energy, and again, a sigil forms beneath the area that you guys are all at. As the sigil forms, it encompasses a bit of all of you in a very interesting bit. This time, what you see and what happens that Delashi pulls forth and pulls out is very early scene. You see Mordecai in his childhood.
Aw.
You see him experiencing moments with his family, with his father, being the oldest, watching a new baby being born. Sister, Arda. The images quickly flash, and it goes through different bits. It goes from the first child, the second child, the next child, and so on and so forth. You get to see the whole family tree right there. And it's this weird little kind of montage of like a family picture book that's just coming out. That you just see flashes of them in their various stages of life as they're kind of going through the same motion over and over again. And as as you see this, you see the different scars afflict. You see, even though Mordecai is going through the same motion of taking care of his brother, taking care of his sister, being scolded at by a parent, talking with his mother, his father, any relative, other friends, family, as you see like this very rapid, you know how they take those photos in like the course of you're 18 to you're like 24?
Mm.
Like, hey, this is one picture each day. It is very much like that. And as it's going through, even though Mordecai as he is now has the eye and the legs, you see bits of that just get hammered on as you see a doctor come out during each of these bits that he shouldn't be at. You see DeLoco, and you also see the good doctor. You see the mix in between just kind of rip into him and replace it with metal bits. Little piece here, little piece there, something that looks old, archaic, something that looks like a peg leg, and then it changes into something else as he's going through the motion still with his family. You see it lead up to more motionings of those flash images to where he's going to bed. And as he's going to bed, it's not just going to bed. He's laying down, you changed it too soon.
I'm still listening.
You see as he motions to bed, the moment he lays back, it's an operating table. His days of going each motion with the family are now going each motion with his new family. It's his new family of the good doctor, various people of the R&D facility, Valuans, each adding in a new piece, a new layer, a new section to his mechanical bits, his eyes, his just clothing, his attire, changing up some of his look, giving him armor, giving him weaponry, fixing his stuff. Until the moment he gets hit with something. He gets hit by something just coming at him. Blast from a creature of sorts. Then you see you guys there. It's actually flashes now of his present. You actually see each of you kind of glowing in bits. You see that they're just these fate little energies of every time he gets hit, you just see the fights that you guys have been in, just either putting a hand on his shoulder or taking, like, going like, nope, I'm going to take this giant ass Dr. Colton, whatever the fuck you are, I'm going to take this hit, or I'm going to shield you, Dalashi. I'm going to, even though I'm going to shoot you as Vrost, I'm going to make sure that I give my enemies even more fold. You see now these flashes, and they're much slower flashes, but they're flashes of all your fights. It's no longer an operating table. It's no longer him getting poked and prodded. It's more just laughter. It's more just the glares of the awkward moments, the cheers of the little successes. And it's actually a very simple moment. His whole life, from his childhood to now, flashes in each of those images, and you see the transition of it all. You see him having his family as it was, what he had, what he lost, what he came back to grow into, and the choice that he made to take the chance with Dalashi, with Gareth, now also with Ross and Lisha. Nothing else fighting. There's nothing trying to tear at you in this moment. You're healed.
Thanks, bro.
There are some bonds. There are distant pangs, there are distant bits and memories, but you had a bunch of people here to guide you and help you, and freaking damn you, music. you had people along the way for you.
Mm-hmm.
You made some memories, and if even back at, we cut away to the Bane Isle where Gareth is training with two Yafu Tomans. Gareth, you kind of just feel like an interesting tingle in the back of your neck. It's not like a bad one, but it's like someone just kind of placed their hand back there and kind of patted you. You're like, the fuck?
Ick.
I sense fuckery afoot. Oh well, back to training.
Shit.
And then back over to Mordecai and everybody else. Mordecai is healed.
That was a crit-worthy moment.
Though your family, your mom is like, oh my god, you're that old. I feel old now. I'm so happy to see my precious boy grow up. But God, why did you have to force me to see my boy grow up?
We don't know what happens.
Your father's like, that was strange. I appreciated some of those moments. Didn't like the parts where they poked and prodded you, though.
Oh. And yet here I stand.
Thank you all. Thank you. After seeing that, and because you're all here, Narketh goes over to a side room and pulls out a few things and gives each of you 3 shards of each different color. A lot of shards. Gives you a yellow, a red, and a blue shard of moonstone
For each of us?
for each of you.
Hell yeah.
It is not much, but is a thank you. You can use them for forging. If you even like, my wife here can put them into clothing or make little enchantments for you. If you desire. We'll just do it for you with whatever you have. Thank you for bringing my son home. It is not something everyone is so blessed to have. Someone who has lost returned to them. But beyond words, beyond graces of the moon, I am thankful to you all for this.
Thanks, guys.
And I
Be
thank
able to
you.
bring
They
was
appreciate
that?
it. Delashi said they were glad they were able to bring you back. Think that was it? Did you say that? Okay, yeah. I have nothing of which left to hydrate. Oh wait,
Man, it
no,
could
I
be
do have
so
something
moist.
left to hydrate. Ah! The littlest, the tiniest sip.
Yes. Good.
There we go. Aha!
You will not escape.
There. So, you all have been given a reward. The family reunited. Or at least, the family thus far united.
Oh, shit.
Good stuff. And you also acquired a crewmate.
Yeah.
I think...
Does Ross tell us about that, by the way?
Not yet. Ross can get to it.
Okay.
Vrosta, you after all that too, if you'd like to fill them in.
Oh, he's gonna wait till like they start heading back to the ship, or if they stay there while they're bunking. He's like, "Hey, I hired us a navigator."
No problem. Narketh looks at you, Mordecai, and is like, I assume you still have business to do. But
Yes.
It is no worry. You are home. Try to write. Your mother and I will appreciate it. But you have adventures to partake in, and knowing that at least you are alive is good enough for now. There will be
You
a
know, looking
day.
back-
Huh?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
There will be a day when we have a full family at this dinner table. And when that day comes, we will all be happy to lend an ear to hear all your stories.
Agreed. Looking back, I probably should have written a letter at some point. But when I was in Valua, I didn't want to do it and have them track it, and potentially bring harm here. And then since I've been out, it's been one wild ride to another, and by that point, it's been 6 years. And I figured, well, if I'm going to do it, I might as well show up.
Your
And
mom,
not just-
your mom interjects in like, yes, if I had a letter that you survived and that's what all I got, and not you here physically, I would have literally rammed this spoon where it does not shine.
That's enough. I made the correct decision. Excellent. But there will be letters going forward. And I will be keeping an eye out for Nitok and Totem as well. We at least have a good idea what Totem is. So there's that. I don't know if we're leaving at first light or if the three of you want to sort anything out here, since there's a good market and such, before we go take on darts. Pick up a few people.
Scout for more crew, right?
Yes.
Stay, do what you'd like. We have business to attend to tomorrow, but whatever you'd like to do, we are here for you.
A quick question: who's in charge of maintaining the ballista around?
Ah, that would be for Lahana Ballista. Well, I guess I don't really have ballista. I just have like armory.
Because remember one of the things you told me, what coming in, is that they were in a state of disrepair.
Yes, that'd be Nazir. Nazir for armory. So Nazir for armory, and like for general policing, Genti. Just for like, wouldn't say really border patrol, but basically like a workforce to maintain order.
The town guard.
Town guard. And Visel for any other extended duties beyond that. Let me get back to me.
Okay. Just wanted to see if there was a hand I could lend before we leave.
Not a problem.
And now that I think about it, maybe a last minute modification to the Palong. If there happens to be a spare ballista and relatively working order. I'll have to consider it.
Spare ballista here?
Yeah. Just like something that's like, it was gonna be a conversation for Nazir, I guess, but like something that's like, oh well, it's mostly all there, but I can't fix it, kind of thing.
Not at the moment, unfortunately.
I didn't expect to have that conversation right now, anyway.
Yeah. Alright. So, your crew returns to the ship, or does whatever else you'd presume?
I'll at least check on the ship.
Check on the ship, check on anything. I would like rapport rolls from everybody.
Rapport.
Rapport.
Is this something I can wink my way through?
For you, yes, you can wink, and then Ross can do his thing as well.
But. Alright, so 2 from the wink on top of that, and I will burn a fate point for it.
Standard roll.
2, 4. So 2,
Part
4,
of the,
2.
Part of the crew. Yeah.
Alright. So.
No,
My total would probably be 4, because I'm
4
burning a
for
fate
Mordecai.
point on top of the eye bonus, the wink bonus, whatever.
Alright. So. What's everybody's final number? Mordecai's is 4.
Yes.
Oh,
Rost?
it's forward.
4? Alright, so 2 4s. Delashi, what's your final number?
3.
3? And
3
Lisha's
4s.
4. So
And a
3
3.
4s and a 3. Alright.
Can I get the pro?
Can I get that full meal? So successfully, Vrost, Lisha, and Mordecai, you each find one person apiece. You will get to choose who you find, at least, like, as far as what you would like for the ship.
Oh, okay.
Because you rolled high enough.
I didn't realize that's what we were doing. Okay, cool.
Yes. As for you, Delashi, you are able to find just a deckhand.
Okay.
But you find a deckhand.
I'll take it.
I put it in the private channel, but I want to find Mark.
Oh, god damn it. I realized I gave you a momentary...
Hey man, listen, I'm tired and my brain just pulled the most random idea out of the wall. So practice up for next.
So, alright. Alright. Really, that accent?
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. I can't promise the accent because you are in Lahana.
Give me what I want.
If you were in Ixa, I would say definitely.
Syrian Exa.
You didn't look for crew in Ixa.
No, we didn't need to.
You did! You just didn't bother!
Mark's been trying to get us a crew since we got a ship. Mark's been trying to actually, before we got a ship, there was that one janitor guy in the Vluin facility. I forget his fucking name.
I know!
From
day
he was
one,
he was the guy with the accent and shit. He fell into the ring when we were doing our little match. We're like, oh, I kind of like this guy. And he's like, before we even had a fucking ship, like, oh, you could be a crewmate, you know who I am.
Phil is still in Valua.
He's still in Valua. We left his ass behind.
Dude, we actually get to pick a person.
So, from what I understand
Is it
from
like
Mark,
one piece a person, or am I just falling to that
So
goofs?
you get to
So I
pick
think-
someone, either a gunner, an engineer, a shipwright, a navigator. Like, pick a position on the ship, and you get to pick that as your crewmate.
you picked Oliver wanted to be a navigator, yeah? For us?
Potentially.
I'm looking at in the game mechanics tab in our Discord. There's like 12 positions for this ship.
Yep. So you each get one person, and only Delashi can't choose. Delashi got a deckhand.
So they just fill the other slot.
Fill your other slots.
Okay.
If you would like to personalize them, you can personalize them with something that would be fitting. You can throw an image in character art, something that would be fitting of a Lahana denizen Nasirian. I will give you that little extra added bit of power.
I'm gonna get a. You mentioned Sailorless was a potential, and the character that you based him off in real life really loves guns, so I'm gonna put him in the gunner slot.
Alright.
You're welcome, Mark.
Alright, let's see what you... Put it in character! Character... Actually,
I need
no.
your approval if I share this.
Oh no.
I hate you.
Listen, I need the approval first.
Alright. I unfortunately can't approve it officially for a token. Because of copyright. Specifically of the Disney variety.
Oh no.
Majority of the other tokens we've made for you are someone. We're not gonna get into that.
Alright, you know what? I can do it. Yes.
What if I find a recoloring?
Even that's fine. Even that's fine.
Okay.
Ah, Jesus. Alright, done.
Y'all want to see what I'm having to work with here?
Hell yeah. Hit me
So
with
this
that good
goes
shit.
into character info.
I think that's what he said.
Yeah. So put if you're putting an image, put it in character info.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
Say hello to your new engineer, folks.
Delashi, I'll give you this one as well. You could put, at least if you have a art reference for a character, like something off Pinterest or anything,
Okay.
you can put it in character info. Pick something that would be fitting of an Assyrian that's going to be your deckhand.
Okay.
Are you using like his Disney name?
Oh, hell
Ross,
no.
or- Okay.
We're gonna pick a new name for him.
He's got a new name, and his accent is supposed to be from the Bayou, so...
Oh my god.
The Syrian Bayou does not work.
Maybe he's just drunk most of the time. Who knows?
Then I just get freaking Sylvester. No, not Sylvester Stallone. Is it Stallone? I don't know. Stallone is. I just get basically that. Mixing Bayou and Assyrian.
I like how you just had like a fucking breakdown. It's yeah, like Sylvester Stallone.
Ah, jeez. Well, congratulations, crew. We're going to be wrapping up here. Thank you guys for tuning in to an episode of the Arcadian Campaign. Unfortunately, Garthod did not get lucky enough with that test of fate roll to roll for the to roll for the Valuan Shade.
That's right.
It was I was hopeful. I was hopeful. It wasn't anywhere near close, but I was hopeful. I just nah. Tried one more. But we'll see what happens next time on the Arcadian Campaign. Mordecai successfully reunited with his family, checked in. Got some nice reward for it for the whole crew, because you each got shards of moonstones of those 3 different varieties. Those are very useful. You can use those for various things, as I said, in game mechanics. And even, normally you would have to pay, but Narketh and Fila? Fila. Have offered to help in forging items or clothing for you guys via these crystals. Or maybe whatever you might have on hand. That is at least within their power to do so. So, you can subside the gold exchange for the moment while you're here in Lahana.
Nice.
Alright, does anyone have anything else?
You put me through hell today, dude.
I've been looking forward to this session for a while, friend.
Oh man.
I knew it was going to be a big one. I wanted to get it out of the way. And I knew we were going to get those Bane exchanges for Ross and Lisha, too.
Well, sorry for all the talking I did today, but it's over. That band-aid's worked off.
Yep. And thank you, Delashi, for the wonderful use of the MacGuffin storytelling device.
Good fucking crit.
Yeah, that was great. I'm like, yeah, you know what? You don't even have to fucking worry about anything interfering with this one. Just go.
Oh, yeah.
That's the kind of roll you need for some special shit. Yeah. So, here's Legacy and the cast of the Arcadian Campaign. We'll be signing out here. Thank you guys for watching us. We will be here next time, either next Wednesday or the Wednesday after, whenever we are able to all convene. We'll be doing some stuff on the side, figuring stuff out, and we'll be here for other shenanigans possibly down the line. So, you guys all have a good night. Stay safe. There's a lot of craziness going on. Love you guys. Keep on being heroes. Bye.